It's the Phoenix Suns and San Antonio Spurs next. Phoenix Suns basketball is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Just plain smart. By the Arizona Lottery, there's a whole lot of winning going on. By Bud Light, for a great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down. By Bank of America, banking on America. By AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. By Coca-Cola Classic, always a good call, always Coca-Cola. By Montgomery Ward, we won't be beat, guaranteed. By Samaritan Health Plans, managed care for the 90s. By Pizza Hut Restaurants. By Circle K, a better way. And by Nike, who encourages you to participate in the lives of America's youth. Now, here are Al McCoy and Cotton Fitzsimmons.
Tonight, we are at America West Arena in downtown Phoenix, the home of the Suns. And tonight in NBA action, the Suns are set to tangle with the San Antonio Spurs. Well, how you doing, everybody? I'm Al McCoy, of course, along with Cotton Fitzsimmons. A nice test for the Suns tonight against San Antonio, but they will do it with Charles Barkley back in uniform for the first time.
That should give the guys a lot of inspiration. Chuck's coming back here. He wanted to come back before he had to make the road trip. Let's see how he plays tonight.
Well, Barkley activated from the injured list, and as a result, Kevin Johnson with that bruised knee is placed on the injured list. He'll miss the next 5 games.
See, the problem with Kevin, if he cannot go full speed ahead, it's very difficult for Kevin Johnson to play because it's vital that he's able to use his speed and quickness. He cannot do it.
Tonight the test is San Antonio. Last season, if you want to flash back to last year, the Suns won 3 of the 4 games. In fact, they've been tough on San Antonio the last few years.
They certainly have, Al. I think we all remember the playoffs when Charles Barkley hit the jumper. That's still hanging with San Antonio. Bob Hill wants a win here tonight.
He's the new head coach, and down in the Lone Star State, they're asking the question, where's Dennis Rodman?
Well, Bob Hill told me before the ball game he's encouraged about Dennis Rodman. I said, will we get Dennis Rodman back? He seems to think so.
Well, he's been suspended since the start of the season for conduct detrimental to the team. Back with more right after these messages. Cotton, certainly something unusual tonight, person to person, so to speak.
Yeah, it'll be like Van Arsdale to Van Arsdale many years ago. 2 brothers here tonight. Their mothers watching in the audience here tonight. And I promise you, sometime during the course of the game, they will have to guard each other with the Suns switching defense.
Well, Chuck Person, of course, is the veteran. He's now with San Antonio. Wes Person is in his first year with the NBA with the Suns. Of course, the Spurs, another new head coach in San Antonio, Bob Hill. He follows in the footsteps of John Lucas.
Well, they've made a lot of changes in San Antonio. Bob Hill says they're all on the same page, so it should be good.
Well, we're anxious to see if this is a different look from San Antonio with Coach Bob Hill, and I have a feeling it probably will.
It'll be a more disciplined ball club. They will not be as loose.
We'll be back with starting lineups right after these messages. We want to remind you that tomorrow night the New Jersey Nets will be here to take on the Phoenix Suns, and that will be the last game before the long road trip. Our Blue Cross Blue Shield injury report again. Kevin Johnson placed on the injured list late today by the Suns. Antonio Lang already on the injured list. Wayman Tisdale is out with an ankle injury. That's our Blue Cross Blue Shield injury report. Now we're going to go to the starting lineups. Our Discount Tire starting lineup. Sean ELLIOTT at 1 forward spot for San Antonio. Out of University of Arizona, of course, in his 6th year. J.R. Reid, the other starter up front, 6'9", 255, his 6th year. At center for San Antonio, the All-Star David Robinson, 7'1", 235, from the Naval Academy in his 6th season. In backcourt for San Antonio, Vinny Del Negro, 6'4" guard out of North Carolina State in his 5th season. And the other starting guard is Avery Johnson, 5'11", 180 from Southern University in his 7th year. The head coach is Bob Hill. His first year was San Antonio, but he's had head coaching stints both with Indiana and with the Knicks. So those starters again for the San Antonio Spurs are J.R. Reid and Sean ELLIOTT, the forwards, David Robinson at center, Sean ELLIOTT, J.R. Reid, the forwards, Robinson at center, and then Vinny Del Negro and Avery Johnson in backcourt. Might mention the assistants for Bob Hill are Dave Cowens, Hank Egan, Paul Pressey, and the trainer is John Anderson. Well, now the pageantry starts, and we'll give you the starting lineup for the Phoenix Suns. Our discount tire starting unit for the Phoenix Suns here tonight. Dan Majerle at one forward spot in his 7th year from Central Michigan, 6'6", 220 pounds. The other starting forward is D. Manning, 6'10", 234 from Kansas in his 7th year. At center for the Phoenix Suns, Joe Klein from Arkansas, a 10-year pro. He's a 7-footer, 271 pounds. In backcourt, the first-year player from Auburn, Wesley Person, 6'6", 195. And the other starting guard, Elliot Perry, 6-footer, 160 from Memphis State in his 3rd year. The head coach for the Suns is Paul Westphal in his 3rd season. His assistants are Lionel Hollins and Scotty Robertson. The head trainer is Joe Frosky, assistant trainer Aaron Nelson. So there you have it, our discount tire starting lineups for both the San Antonio Spurs and the Phoenix Suns. And again for the Suns, Majerle, Manning, Klein, Person, and Perry are the starters. The NBA referees working this ball game here at America West Arena tonight. The threesome of Derek Stafford, Jake O'Donnell, and Jim Clark. Those are the officials. And as we start to think about matchups for this one tonight, there's going to be a lot of interesting matchups, that's for sure, but always the point guard situation is interesting. So our AutoZone matchup tonight, Elliot Perry for the Suns, Avery Johnson for San Antonio. Two very good small guards.
Yeah, it should be a good matchup. Avery Johnson, delighted to be back in San Antonio with the Warriors last year. Loves to play with David Robinson. It makes life easier for him. He can get it into David Robinson. If they slough off, he can move into 15-foot range, hit the jump shot. But above all, the thing about the Spurs, very simple. The other night, the Suns took the Clippers apart. Their starting center, his name was Matt Fish. Tonight's starting center is David Robinson. Let's see if the Suns can take them apart.
Well, again, David Robinson is the top rebounder in the NBA. Averages almost 15 rebounds a ball game. And he's 3rd in scoring, 27.8 points a game. He's also 3rd in blocked shots, 3.60. The Suns have a player involved in the top statistical category of the NBA, as you know. Elliot Perry leads the NBA in steals. So we're ready to get it underway. San Antonio in their road uniforms, black trimmed in white, and the Suns in their home white here tonight at America West Arena. Happy to have you with us. Hope you'll be looking and listening for a complete big night of NBA action. Robinson to jump center with Klein, and believe it or not, Joe Klein comes up with the tip. To Majerle, back to Elliot Perry. And the Suns will come up on the offensive attack for the first time tonight. Klein out front, right side to Perry. Perry played by Avery Johnson, now to Majerle. Crank up a three-pointer. Suzanne! What a shot! And Whataburger sends $50 to San Charity.
Nice way to start a game.
Well, it was an open shot about a foot back of that three-point line. That's down even 22 feet, and Thunder Dan Majerle knocked it down. Avery Johnson going into Sean ELLIOTT, the former Arizona Wildcat. He drives. D. Manning came around over the top. The Suns defense collapsed inside. Majerle was also there, but the foul will be on Manning.
That's a matchup we'll have to watch. Elliott used his speed and his quickness to go around Majerle. And Dan, certainly a smart defender, but not nearly as quick as the former University of A player.
Well, he had a great career for Coach Lute Olson at the U of A. He's averaging almost 17 points a game, and he's an 84% free throw shooter on the year, and he'll sink the first of 2. Robinson and Elliott have to be the big scoring guns for the Spurs. Both free throws are good by Elliott, and the Suns will come back. Avery Johnson defensively going full court against the Suns. Elliot Perry. Perry whips it up court on the right side for Person against Vinny Del Negro. Person fakes right, starts to drive left. He's in the lane with nowhere to go, and Del Negro knocks it away. J.R. Reid picks it up, goes to Avery Johnson. Avery Johnson last year was with Golden State. The year before that, San Antonio. Robinson gets the ball, pass inside, neat steal by Manning.
Nice play. Manning anticipated that pass.
Here's Perry to Klein, right side, 12-footer. Yes, indeed, Joe Klein.
Beat David Robinson down the court.
5-2, Suns lead it. Avery Johnson back to the trailer, J.R. Reid. Over to Elliott on the left side. Barkley with the defensive assignment on Sean ELLIOTT. Now Manning switches over. Elliott's 20-footer won't go. Rebound grab by Klein to Perry. Perry, as you know, loves to push it up in a hurry. Over to Majerle. Here comes the trio.
Shazam! How about that? 2 open 3 shots for Majerle. He's hit them both.
Benny Del Negro, he just came off the injured list. Gets it out to David Robinson. Robinson at the high post, top of the key to Johnson on the right side. Avery Johnson working the baseline. Out it comes to Elliott, now to Del Negro. Left side, J.R. Reid. Reid behind a Robinson screen. Spin move to the hoop. Nice move. Can he get the shot? No. Battles for the rebound, but loses it, and Majerle tracks it down in the corner for the Suns. J.R. Reid made a nice offensive move, but didn't complete it. Now Perry collides with Johnson. Loose ball. Klein has it to Person. Person on the perimeter, back out to Elliott Perry. Right side, they go to Manning. And Robinson picks him up defensively right now. Manning working the baseline. Out it comes to Majerle. Now Majerle elects to drive as he goes to the hoop. That is going to be an offensive foul and a charge on Majerle.
Well, that's one of the problems with Thunder. Once he gets a head of steam up, nothing stops him. Even a big J.R. Reid that time stayed in front of him, took the charge. We have played over 2 minutes, and David Robinson has not had the ball in the post-up.
J.R. Reid out of North Carolina, inbounding to Avery Johnson. He played collegiately at Southern University. Now to Robinson. Robinson right at the key, out front to Sean ELLIOTT. His pass is deflected out of bounds by Wes Person. There's 14 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see when they're going to try to get the ball low post to David Robinson against Joe Klein.
Sean ELLIOTT will toss the ball in from out of bounds. Does to Reid. Back to ELLIOTT. ELLIOTT last year was in Detroit. He's happy to be back in the much warmer San Antonio where he started his career. Robinson swinging to Avery Johnson over to Del Negro. His perimeter shot from 20. Good.
Well, you know they're used to that because anytime David Robinson's double team, they spot up for the rotation.
Del Negro, pretty good outside shooter in his 5th year out of North Carolina State. Joe Klein way out front. J.R. Reid playing him defensively. And again, Robinson is on D. Manning. That's the defensive matchup. Majerle on the right side, out to Manning. Manning's 20-footer on the way. Flying time for D.
The reason he was wide open, Robinson tries to guard the basket instead of guarding Manning.
10-4 Suns. Avery Johnson into Elliott posting up right at the lane low against Majerle with his back to the basket. Elliott starts to turn towards the baseline, puts the shot up, won't get it. Manning with the rebound. D. Manning right down the middle. Uh-oh, he's going to travel. He stopped, wanted to pull up for the shot, just took an extra step.
Even though D. Manning loves to handle the ball, does a great job of passing the basketball, he would have probably been better off that time, giving it to Elliott Perry and filling one of the lanes.
Suns are 4 out of 5 from the field here in the early going and have a 10-4 lead. Avery Johnson up out of backcourt. He was never drafted when he came out of Southern University. Into the lane, running left-hander. Good, Avery Johnson.
Just a mistake by Elliott Perry. He knows Avery Johnson's left-handed.
And Avery Johnson is very quick and loves to go to his left as a result of that being left-handed. As you mentioned, Manning against J.R. Reid now. Manning turns. His shot from the baseline won't go. Over the top climb, but it's tipped away. Saved by Del Negro. He'll quickly get the ball to Avery Johnson. Originally came in the league with the Warriors. That was back. He signed as an unrestricted free agent. Here is Robinson on the left side, and now we're going to get a 3-second lane violation. That'll turn the ball over, of course.
Jake O'Donnell makes the call, but he also told Manning, I don't need you to tell me it's 3. I've been doing this longer than you.
8 minutes till the end of this opening quarter. Suns 10, San Antonio 6. As Elliott Perry takes the luxury of walking the ball over the time stripe. Now burst of speed underneath. Dish off to Manning. About a 6-footer. Yes, indeed.
Elliott Perry drew the defense to him.
Here's Avery Johnson. Dishes off to Sean ELLIOTT at the baseline left. ELLIOTT has Perry on him defensively. Now Sean ELLIOTT swings the ball to the Negro. Over to Avery Johnson. His fake. A drive at the baseline to the hoop. He got it.
Majerle needs to stay down. Make Avery Johnson shoot it outside.
Avery Johnson has played for 5 NBA teams besides the Spurs, Golden State, Houston, Denver, and Seattle. Here's Majerle now. Over on the left side. Reid knocks the ball away. Klein saves it. He'll shoot it. And this one rattles around and comes out no good. And now we're going to have a foul call against J.R. Reid of San Antonio.
Again, Klein wide open because David Robinson trying to stay close to the basket.
12-8. That's the lead for the Suns. The 6-point lead, 10-4, was their biggest. Now 12-8. Here's Manning, left of the lane against J.R. Reid. Swings in. Here's the turnaround shot. Bounces off, no good. Person tipping once, twice, no. Tough break, but Person tracks it down again. Now he shoots it from the corner. Won't get it. Rebound comes down to Avery Johnson. He hustles out of backcourt, feeds Del Negro. He'll shoot a three. Won't get it. Robinson rebounds this. Whammo, the Admiral.
He was the trailer on the fast break, and nobody thought about picking him up and checking him off the board.
Bob Hill up. He stands the whole time, the coach of the Spurs. Here's Elliott Perry, and a foul is going to be called on Avery Johnson, and we'll get a timeout here with 6:49 left opening quarter. Suns 12, San Antonio 10. Back right after these messages. Suns have led by 6. They're up by 2 right now, 12-10. And a reminder that Suns coach Paul Westfall's wardrobe is supplied by Dillard's and Hart Shafter and Marks, the official wardrobe sponsors. Well, the crowd responding, and I think you have a guess why. Charles Barkley has come in for the first time this year. The guy's going to get a standing ovation.
Well, they've been waiting a long time for Sir Charles. As I said earlier, I hope, Al, he doesn't try to do too much. Even though he's been in this league a long time, it makes him feel good to hear the crowd miss him and appreciates him.
Suns have a new shot clock here as they inbound the ball. Elliott Perry comes down the right side. Perry on the dribble now, looks in low. Barkley breaks over at the low post, gets the ball, and Robinson over to play him defensively. Here's the jump shot, and he didn't get it. Air ball, and Reid gets the rebound on the other side. Over to Avery Johnson. Johnson driving the middle, keeps coming, puts the shot up, it spins off, no good. Rebound Perry. He's got D. Manning out on the break. He gets him the ball. Wham, bam, slam.
Nice alert play by Perry, but Manning also made a nice play by releasing.
It was super for the Suns, and they needed 14-10. The Suns have hit 6 of 13 now, shooting-wise. San Antonio 4 of 9 from the field. Avery Johnson, dish on the right side for Del Negro. They look low to Robinson. Here comes the pass. The Suns double team. Robinson throws it out front. Barkley's there with Elliott to beat. Barkley finishes it off, and he's fouled by Elliott. Well, Barkley came down, full head of steam, went in with Elliott on his hip, put it up with the left hand and got it and drew the foul.
Suns did a nice job of double teaming that time. Barkley has always been a guy who can anticipate a pass. He made a great play on it. He kind of chugged his way into the basket, but the thing he did, he used his body against Elliott. No way the smaller Elliott could get to him.
So Charles Barkley playing in his first regular season game after having a sensational preseason. Of course, the Suns went undefeated in that preseason. The free throw rattles, comes out, no good, and Reid grabs the rebound. And the Spurs beat it off to Avery Johnson. 16-10, Suns with the lead. Avery Johnson stops, whistles the pass into J.R. Reid. He moves inside with the left hand and scores.
Too easy that time.
16-12. Phoenix on top. Elliott Perry against San Antonio's Avery Johnson. The matchup of the point guards. The Manning in the lane. Manning has the ball knocked away. Picked up loose by Avery Johnson. It's the Spurs with a 3-on-2 break. Elliott's going to pull up for the jump shot. Sean ELLIOTT and won't get it. But Reid gets the rebound. Knocked down underneath, and it's grabbed off by Barkley. Up to Elliott Perry. Perry to the left side of the court for the Suns. Out front to Manning. Manning top of the key. A jump shot from there. Around and off, no good. And Avery Johnson rebounding for San Antonio. He brings it quickly up to the free throw line. Feeds it out to Elliott. He's open. 20-footer won't fall. And A.C. Green with the rebound. Green and Barkley came in at the same time. We should mention that. To Perry. Over to Majerle. Another three-point try. This one won't fall. Elliott Perry battles for the rebound. It's knocked out of bounds. The Suns will have it.
Spurs with A.C. Green guarding David Robinson. Spurs need to just slow down a little bit, take the ball low post, make the Suns react.
Well, Chuck Person is coming in for Vinny Del Negro for the Spurs right now. Suns get it to Perry. In low to Barkley. Again, Robinson playing Barkley defensively. Robinson backs away, draws the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot two. Robinson picks up the personal.
If I told you how many times in the summer when Charles Barkley and David Robinson are on one of those Nike trips, and Charles tells David so many times, David, there's no way you can guard me. When I got the ball, I'll fake you. You'll go up in the air, I'll go around you, or you'll land on top of me.
Here's Barkley at the free throw stripe. 4 minutes and 47 seconds left in the opening quarter. And as we mentioned, Chuck Person in the lineup for the Spurs. And he was signed as an unrestricted free agent. He's been with the Timberwolves after coming into the NBA with Indiana. Free throw's not good. Barkley spinning the ball around, waiting for that next try. Barkley late in preseason is when he started complaining about the abdominal muscle pull, and he gets the free throw. And he's happy about it. 17-12. Phoenix leads. Robinson off to Person. He likes to put up threes when he gets the chance. Into Robinson again. Out front, Avery Johnson over to Sean ELLIOTT. Back to Avery Johnson. 20-footer on the way. No good. Rebound, Reid, but he went over the top. That's going to cost him a foul. Reid picks up the personal, and that is his second. Coming with 4.5 minutes left in the opening quarter.
Reid very upset with the official. He just thought he went up, overpowered. AC Green moved out of there. AC will go to the free throw line. Reid fortunate he didn't get a technical foul.
So 2 personals on Reid. Mentioned Chuck Person. He really has been about the only strength they've had off the bench. He's averaging over 12 points a game.
Well, when you have to start Del Negro in place of Willie Anderson, and you have to start J.R. Reid in place of Rodman, it really depletes your bench, and Person is the only guy there.
AC Green's first free throw is up and in. Suns with an 18-12 lead. They've led by 6 on several occasions. And if Green hits this free throw, it'll be the Suns' biggest lead in the opening quarter. Elliot Perry's already picked up 5 assists. Both free throws are good. Now the Suns want to put on a little defensive pressure. Ball comes into Reid. He'll hand it off to Avery Johnson, and the Suns now will fall back and set up defensively. 19-12. Suns on top. Avery Johnson wants to drive the middle. He will. Up with the left hand. He'll score it.
Got to do something about Avery Johnson's penetration.
Elliot Perry handling the ball for the Suns. 19-14. Phoenix on top. Perry over on the right side of the court, looking in underneath, stops the dribble, and goes to Barkley. Barkley faces the hoop against Robinson. Here's the drive. Here's the reverse layup. Good. Oh, that was a dandy move. A beauty.
Use his body and use the rim against David.
Charles Barkley. Classic move. Here's Chuck Person out to J.R. Reid for San Antonio. 21-14. Suns by 7 points. Person's pass is deflected away by Manning, but Person is able to come back and get it. Gives it to Sean ELLIOTT. He drives and scores.
We had a foul that time by Person and a travel. Got away with both.
Here's Elliot Perry out front. Left side, Barkley. Barkley will shoot a three-pointer. It's an air ball, and it goes out of bounds. And it'll be the Spurs basketball with 3.5 minutes left in the opening quarter. Coach Paul Westphal having a few words with Derek Stafford, who is the junior official with this crew.
Would it be any worse if you won?
Obviously talking about the last play, and here comes the technical on Paul Westphal. Well, they didn't call a foul, they didn't call a travel, but they know how to call technicals.
Yeah, they're very good, especially an official who doesn't make the call, and especially a fairly young official that doesn't have that much experience. He has to feel that he can only protect himself with a technical foul. That doesn't get him a lot of respect from Paul Westphal.
Sean ELLIOTT will shoot the technical free throw for San Antonio and get it. Spurs with a record of 5 wins, 5 losses on the year. Suns, of course, have won 7 of their first 10. Chuck Person to inbound the basketball, and he gets it into the hands of Avery Johnson. It's a nice opening quarter for San Antonio. Avery Johnson moves to the right side against Perry. Holds up, goes low to ELLIOTT now. ELLIOTT posting up against Majerle. Here's the move low. Shot won't go, and we're going to have a blocking foul called in on Majerle.
Again, ELLIOTT, Sean ELLIOTT, using the quickness and speed that he has. He does a nice job of putting it on the floor, then goes into Majerle. And Jimmy Clark says there was a block on the play. ELLIOTT forced all the contact on that particular play.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Suns Basketball Network.
Play one. Let it leave his hand.
Sean ELLIOTT gets the first free throw, but misses the second, and Barkley jumps on the rebound for the Suns. We have a 21-18 lead. To Perry to Majerle. Majerle knocked down 2 3-point shots early, and that foul on Majerle was his second, by the way. Back to Barkley in the lane. Here's the fake, and as he put the jumper up, we got to stop here. And now another technical is going to be called, and Derek Stafford has all kinds of technicals. See who's going to call this one on, apparently on Charles. Well, the foul. Technical is on Barkley. Sean ELLIOTT will shoot that. So he called the offensive foul on Barkley and then the technical foul on Barkley. We're going to get a timeout. 2:59 left opening quarter. Wow. 21-18 Suns lead it. Be right back. Another sellout crowd, 19,023 here, and a lot of fans having a good time in the holiday spirit here. 2:59. That's the time remaining in this opening quarter. A 21-18 score. And we're getting some changes here now. Julius Wosu is checking in. He's a Nigerian, 6'10", 255, who played at Liberty University. Julius Wosu. And he has checked in to the San Antonio lineup. Spurs with the basketball. Avery Johnson out at three-point range right now, over on the right side. Coming out front person, but they'll go low to Robinson. Manning on Robinson. They'll run two players at him. Back out to Person, and he'll put up a three-pointer. Won't get it. Elliott Perry grabs the rebound for the Suns. Right down the middle. Dish off to Manning. Lay it up and in. Beautiful pass.
Elliott Perry did a nice job of keeping the ball. Nobody picked him up until the last second.
23-18 Suns. Now Robinson at the free throw line. Up to Sean ELLIOTT. A three-point try. Good. Sean ELLIOTT hits the trio for the Spurs. Elliott Perry right back up out of backcourt. But that 7-point lead is down to 2 with just over 2 minutes left in the opening quarter. Here's Perry on the right side. Perry starts out front, stops, gives it to Majerle. Majerle looks low. Green is there. He lays it off the glass and in. AC Green.
AC took the Nigerian to school. He's from Nigeria. Akeem Olajuwon's from there, but I don't believe they came out of the same person.
Here's Chuck Person in low now. Bounce it out to Robinson. 15-footer straight away. In and out, wouldn't go. Rebound tipped by Manning to Majerle. Up to Perry. Perry, left side, dish to Majerle. Keeps coming. Over to Barkley. Underneath the green. He fakes. He shoots. He's fouled. And the foul is on Wosu. Going to the line will be Green, and Danny Ainge will come into the Phoenix lineup for Manning.
Early in this game now, that is the best interior passing that we were able to see. David Robinson guarding the basket as close as he always tries to do it. Majerle drives hard, turns it down, goes to Barkley. Barkley gets him way up in the air and then goes to AC. They have to foul him.
Green at the free throw stripe now, and he'll shoot 2. The veteran puts up his first try and gets it. And don't forget, when you've got a thirst for refreshment, the name of the game is easy drinking Busch Light. AC Green waiting for his second free throw. Tomorrow night, the New Jersey Nets will be in town to take on the Suns here at America West Arena. Green gets both free throws.
You know, Al, AC Green's been in a good rhythm at that free throw line the last few games.
27-21 the Suns. Wosu out of backcourt, hangs on. Needs somebody to help him out. He's used the dribble over to Chuck Person. Person still on the perimeter, being trapped in double team. They go inside to Wosu, and the Suns wanted a travel call, but that is not going to be the call that is made. We're going to have foul.
Elliott Perry. He got switched off on the wrong guy. He got switched off on David Robinson. There was entirely too much height advantage. Elliott Perry did the only thing he could do. Try to hold the big fella.
That's the 14th foul in the quarter for the Suns. Minute 28 left in the period. Full 24 seconds on the San Antonio shot clock. Elliott zips the pass into David Robinson. Robinson right on the three-point line. Puts it on the floor, drives, turns to the baseline. Up with the left hand, going to be short. AC Green rebounds it, whips it to Perry. Perry out of backcourt. Down the left side. Perry waiting. He's parallel with the free throw line over on the left side of the court. Perry still pounds that ball up. Now lobs it into Barkley. Barkley against Wosu now. They double team Barkley. Barkley in the corner. Nowhere to go with it. Feeds Ainge, and we'll get a 3-second lane violation against Phoenix.
AC Green came down the lane thinking he would be open on the double team. Wasn't open. And then he stayed in the lane thinking the Suns would shoot it so he could get the offensive rebound.
We're down to the final minute of the first quarter. Avery Johnson will walk the ball up over the time stripe here at America West. 27-21 Suns lead. Avery Johnson left of the lane, starts to drive, feeds Robinson. He goes up, misses the first, misses the second, gets the third try.
Just nobody in there big enough to compete with him.
27-23 Suns. And of course, Suns are playing without a center now. And that was apparent. Nobody could keep Robinson off the offensive glass. Elliott Perry out on top to Danny Ainge. A long three-pointer off to the left, no good. Wilsue rebounding out to Person. Back to Avery Johnson. Hustles right down the middle. He's going to take it all the way in, and he'll score it. Avery Johnson's having a big quarter.
He certainly is. He's just going by everybody. Elliott Perry that time tried to steal the ball in the backcourt. That's what released Avery Johnson for the easy shot.
Avery Johnson's 4 out of 6 shooting from the field with 8 points, and the Suns back with just a 2-point lead here, 27-25, going for the last shot of the first quarter. Perry behind Barkley. Stops. Puts up about a 17-footer, but it's off to the left. No good. Rebound Sean ELLIOTT. 4 seconds in the quarter. ELLIOTT on the drive. Elliott's going to stop. Throws up a shot, but doesn't have a chance. And the first quarter comes to an end with the score. Phoenix Suns 27, San Antonio Spurs 25. Second quarter coming right up. Here at America West Arena tonight, along with Cotton Fitzsimmons, Al McCoy. The Suns have a 2-point lead. They did lead by as many as 7. They shot 45% from the field, to the Spurs 38%.
And you'd like to see the Suns have a little bigger lead than that, because the Spurs did not shoot the ball well, but the Spurs did a little better job of rebounding, 14-11. Good first quarter. Good to see Barkley back in. Westfall now takes him out to rest him a little bit. He'll put him back in the quarter.
Danny Shays, A.C. Green, West Person, Danny Ainge, and Elliott Perry for the Suns. Moses Malone has checked into the San Antonio lineup with Avery Johnson, Vinny Del Negro, Chuck Person, and J.R. Reid. Avery Johnson over on the left side. Cross court goes to Person. Back out to Malone. The ageless Moses Malone out of Person to Malone. Malone out on top. Back to Person. Person's spin move. His underhanded scoop shot is good, but there's an illegal defense call. So away the hoop. No, there's going to score the hoop.
Illegal defense, count the basket.
Yep, they count the basket. Illegal defense.
Mark the first one up for Chuck Person on his brother.
27-27, and Chuck Person is guarding West Person, who takes him to the baseline and scores. Now they're even.
It's even, Steven.
Moses Malone is in his 21st year in the NBA. He wears number 2. He gets the ball in low on the left side. Moving against Shays. Keeps coming. Here's the follow-away shot. Won't get it. Person rebounds. Chuck Person follows and scores.
Again, beating his brother on the board.
Tied at 29. Here's the feed inside for A.C. Green for Elliott Perry. He gets him. Perry with 8 assists. And we're in the first minute of the second quarter. Avery Johnson on the right side, out front to J.R. Reid. Here's the bounce pass for Chuck Person again. Chuck Person taking his brother to school. Count the hoop, and he's fouled by West Person.
Well, how many times do you think during their times playing outside at their home on their court has he taken him inside and posted him up? Many, many times. That's a bad matchup there for Wesley Person.
Chuck Person is 2 or 3 inches taller and much heavier.
Well, he's always been a good post-up player, Al. And now I think you'll see, with Perry leaving, you'll see D. Manning move over on Chuck Person.
So Ainge and Person will be the guard. Shays, Green, and D. Manning will be the front line. And Chuck Person waits at the free throw line. And he misses. So it's 31-31. The game is tied. We said their mom was here looking on. We don't know who she's cheering for yet. Which team? We'll have to wait and find out. Danny Ainge for the Suns gets the ball out front to Green. Move it around the horn on the left side for West Person. Person against Del Negro now. He turns around. This shot rolls off. Green tipping. Won't get it. J.R. Reid clears the boards. Game's tied at 31 apiece. Just into the second quarter. Over to Avery Johnson. Out to Reid. Reid fakes the drive. Pulls up. Gets the pass back out on top to Avery Johnson. Right side for Reid again. He'll put up about a 16-17 footer and score.
And the Spurs take the lead in this ballgame. You want to make headway when David Robinson is sitting on the bench.
Well, this is the first lead for the San Antonio Spurs. Here's Manning's 18-footer. Swish! He knocks it down. That'll tie the score. Avery Johnson out of backcourt for San Antonio. 2 minutes into the second quarter. Here at America West Arena. J.R. Reid posting up. He gets the ball low. Suns will double team out to Person. He's open. He'll put up a 3-point try. Won't go. Moses Malone has the rebound. Over in the corner for Avery Johnson. He'll shoot a 3. Won't get it. Shays controls the glass for the Suns this time. To Ainge. Danny Ainge right side. Pulls on. Person curls around. Gets the pass at three-point range. Now starts to drive. Here's the fake. Take it inside. Finger roll to the hoop. He got it. Wes Person of the Suns.
Wes Person just ran over his brother Chuck Person and laid it in.
35-33. Phoenix leads it. Avery Johnson takes over on the right side, sets up the offensive attack, and we are going to get a holding foul on Wes Person of the Suns.
Yeah, he was afraid he was going to get screened that time. He just reached out and grabbed.
Suns are shooting 52% from the field. San Antonio 42% from the field. Now Chuck Person to inbound for the Spurs. New shot clock. Person over on the right side against Manning. Out to Vinny Del Negro. Played by Wes Person defensively. Del Negro edges to the left side on the dribble. Goes into J.R. Reid. Reid trapped, double team. Reid now pushes Ainge away. And the foul will be on Danny Ainge.
Well, Danny Ainge felt like that J.R. Reid extended his elbow and pushed him away. One thing about Danny Ainge, if he comes to W, he's going to come aggressive. He reached in first, and Reid knocked him off. Suns lead it by a couple, 35-33. Spurs basketball, and Avery Johnson moves over to the right side of the court again behind a Chuck Person screen. Now we'll get an offensive foul called on Chuck Person of San Antonio. So the Suns will get the ball back with 8 minutes and 55 seconds until halftime. Tomorrow night, New Jersey's here, and then the Suns leave on a 7-game, 2-week road trip. Here's Manning. Here's the jumper. Good count. He's fouled. A 14-footer goes, and J.R. Reid has picked up his third personal foul for the Spurs. And that was one of those fouls down under. Derek Stanford said he got him on the elbow. I don't buy that at all. What he did was extend his arm and put it down under. I didn't feel he hit the elbow at all, but he did foul him. Well, Reid will come out and David Robinson will come in, so we're going to have both Moses Malone and David Robinson in there. Moses Malone, in case you've forgotten, was selected by the Utah Stars in the 1974 ABA draft. Manning's free throw is good. He's been around. 38-33.
What college was he from?
Well, he's out of St. Petersburg, Virginia. Here's Del Negro from out front missing. Now Malone battling for the rebound. And we're going to have a foul called, and it's going to be on Danny Shays of the Suns.
One of the few guys, Al, that came out of high school and was able to make it big in the pro basketball.
Started with the ABA and then went right to the NBA, and he's had quite a career. Moses Malone. Avery Johnson with the ball. 38-33. Suns lead it over to Robinson. Robinson out on the high post, right of the key. Feeds Chuck Person now around to Del Negro. He'll shoot the three and get it. Vinny Del Negro hits the three-point shot.
Spurs did a nice job of picking up their three-point shooter and getting him the ball.
Suns by 2. Here's Manning. 15-footer. Rolls off, no good. Malone rebounds it. Over to Avery Johnson. Wheels down the right side with the basketball. Lobs it to David Robinson. Into the lane. Now goes towards the baseline. Shot won't go. It's knocked away and out of bounds, and Phoenix will have possession.
And Paul Westphal wants a 20 here to set something up. That was a nice defensive play by A.C. Green.
22nd timeout will be called by the Suns, and we'll remind you that America West is proud to be the official airline of the Suns, and they have the spirit to prove it. Catch the colorful Suns 7:57 to Chicago, New York, or Orlando, and fly with the winning team. America West. Well, the Suns gotten 4 team fouls here. Not quite 4 minutes into the second quarter.
No, you don't want that either. 8 minutes to play. If they can keep the Spurs on the perimeter, there shouldn't be a lot of fouls. Right now, it looks like their defense is saying, okay, guys, you're going to have to beat us from outside. AC just did a nice job on David Robinson. He did not let him go uncontested to lay it in, and David Robinson missed the shot.
Suns with Danny Shays, A.C. Green, D. Manning, along with Danny Ainge and Wesley Person. That's the 5 and the 4 for Phoenix. San Antonio counters with Chuck Person, Vinny Del Negro, Avery Johnson, David Robinson, and Moses Malone. D. Manning over to Shays, out on the perimeter. His bounce pass goes into Wes Person, working at the baseline. He'll turn. His shot is short. Tip up Shays. Once won't go. Rebound Chuck Person for San Antonio to Vinny Del Negro. On the right side in the corner, Moses Malone. Malone to David Robinson, top of the key. Puts it on the floor against Shays. Pushes him away. Puts the shot off the glass and in. It's good.
He made an outstanding shot that time. Good defense by the Suns. David Robinson just clicked.
Tied at 38 apiece here in the second quarter. Haynes over on the right side of the court working against Avery Johnson. Here's the bounce pass for Green. Green against Chuck Person of the Spurs. Green starting to back down. Draws the double team. Bounces out to Shays. He's got an 18-footer. Shot won't fall. West Person rebounds, misses, tip in, AC Green, good. AC Green.
AC always hungry around the glass. Stayed with it, got the tap in.
And that's 10 points for the Suns, AC Green, and the Suns up by 2. Malone posting up left side. Fakes, puts it on the floor. Ball's knocked away, knocked away, knocked away. Who's going to pick it up? D. Manning. Manning stays with it. Keeps coming on the dribble. Dishes low to Green. He can't get a shot off. Now he will, but he'll overshoot it badly. And it's grabbed by Chuck Person on the miss for San Antonio. To Benny Del Negro. Out to Avery Johnson around on the right side for Chuck Person. And hold the phone. We have a foul call. Boy, where did that come from? It's on Ainge. We're going to get a timeout. 6:41 left till halftime. Suns 40. San Antonio 38. We'll be back after the full timeout. It's time for This Day in the NBA. A look back and brought to you by our friends at Paddock Pools and Spas, the official pool and spa builder of the Phoenix Suns. This day, November 26, 1986, Milwaukee beat Washington. And Don Nelson, then the Milwaukee coach, got his 500th career coaching victory. At that time, faster than any coach in the NBA until it was later beaten by Pat Riley.
Well, he's got about 810 of them now.
We have 6 minutes and 41 seconds till halftime. Charles Barkley back into the Phoenix Suns lineup. The Suns with a 40-38 lead, and Chuck Person makes his way to the San Antonio free throw line.
The young official, Derek Stafford, seems to be making most of the calls in this ball game. The veteran official, Jake O'Donnell, has seen the same plays. He didn't feel like there was any problem. But the young officials, you got to understand, Al, they try to go for the book.
Both free throws by Chuck Person are good, and that ties the ball game. 40 apiece. Elliot Perry also back into the Phoenix lineup now. Perry over to Majerle. Marley's back in now to Barkley against David Robinson. Their little cat and mouse game to Green. Reverse dunk. Good. AC Green just moved to the basket. Barkley spotted him.
And Moses Malone points to his own head and says, I blew that play.
42-40. Suns lead. Avery Johnson looking in low. Chuck Person will get it. Post up against the Suns. AC Green. Spin towards the baseline. His shot off the glass won't go. Barkley had position inside for the rebound. Moses Malone knocks it away. And the Suns will have it. Charles Barkley has a little hello for Moses as they come back up court. Elliot Perry with the basketball for the Suns. Looks down the left side, gets the ball to Manning. Manning drives, feeds Barkley. Barkley's covered out to Elliot Perry, who is it? 18-footer. A switcheroo for two. Commodore Perry. 44-40. Suns on top. Benny Del Negro to the left side. Out front, high post Robinson. In low, Moses Malone. And now we have a 3-second lane violation called on Moses Malone, who was setting up housekeeping in that lane area. Sean ELLIOTT's going to return for San Antonio.
Paul Westphal hollering 3-3. Jake says, will you be quiet? Paul says, I didn't know you were close enough to see the play, Jake.
Well, Chuck Person comes out as Sean ELLIOTT. The 6-year pro from the University of Arizona checks in. Unusual happenstance for ELLIOTT when he was traded to Detroit last year, and then comes right back to San Antonio this year. He's a happy camper. Here's Majerle on the drive. Take that ball right to the basket, lay it in.
The thing I can't believe, he took it right by David Robinson, and David didn't make the effort to block it.
Suns with a 6-point lead, 46-40. Avery Johnson out front, top of the key. Edging to the left side, keeps coming. That's where he likes to go. Puts the shot up and gets it.
He loves to go left because he's left-handed. He has done it all night.
46-42. The Suns lead at 10 points. For the Spurs, Avery Johnson. Elliot Perry's pass out front to AC Green. Green to Majerle. Majerle inside to D. Manning. Back to Green. He wants to take a three. Won't get it. Long rebound. Up in the air for Sean ELLIOTT. Avery Johnson streaking down the left side. Takes it in the middle. Dish to Del Negro. Jumper from 14. Good. Good play with the Spurs. Handled it nicely.
Good fast break. They beat the Suns on transition offense.
46-44. Suns lead. Elliott Perry over on the left side, gets the ball into the hands of Barley. Low post, Barkley. Here's the fake, here's the drive, here's the fadeaway. A beauty. 12-footer, baseline left. And he hung Robinson out to dry that time. If you joined us late, Charles Barkley activated today. Suns put Kevin Johnson on the injured list, bruised knee. Sean ELLIOTT with the ball still in backcourt for San Antonio. Perry went for the steal, knocks it away. It's loose, and we'll have a jump ball. Del Negro dove for it. Now, wait a minute. Now, he's not going to call a jump ball. Derek Stafford isn't winning a lot of friends or influencing many people here. It'll be a 20-second timeout for the Spurs.
He says that Del Negro gave him the sign for a 20.
Okay. So that's it. Lead official Jake O'Donnell is looking over to the Suns bench area and telling everybody just kind of take it easy, quiet down. Say if you don't have your Shazam Country Suns t-shirt, be sure you stop by Whataburger soon. Any place here in the Valley, Prescott, Casa Grande. This is the first of a series. They're collector's items. Your own Shazam Country t-shirt available only at Whataburger. 4 minutes, 10 seconds left here in the first half.
It's been a good ball game. You'd like to see the Suns pull away a little bit from the Spurs. You and I would feel more comfortable. But overall, this has been a pretty good ball game.
15 seconds on the shot clock. Possession Spurs. Sean ELLIOTT ready to inbound the ball. He does to Moses Malone way out on the perimeter. Hands it back to Avery Johnson. 10 seconds on the shot clock for the Spurs. Here's the ball to Robinson, left side. Robinson turns. Here's his fadeaway. No good. Manning rebounds it. Suns did a pretty good defensive job double teaming that time. David Robinson to Perry. Now to Barkley. Barkley has Avery Johnson on him defensively. Let's see what happens. Barkley starts down. He just takes it to the hoop. Doesn't get the scoop shot. Rebound Malone. Avery Johnson to Del Negro. He puts it up with the left hand and gets it. Good play by Del Negro because Marley was back there defensively.
Yeah, Charles kind of got tripped up on David's foot, lost his balance, wasn't able to finish his play.
48-46 Suns. Perry into Manning. Manning right at the key. Sean ELLIOTT defending against him. Manning now starts to move down towards the baseline. ELLIOTT knocks it away. Manning gets it back, turns for the shot. No good. Rebound Elliott Perry. Lay it up and in.
If you hang out in the right places sometimes, something good might happen to you.
Right place, right time for Elliott Perry. 50-46 Suns lead as we approach 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. Directing traffic, Avery Johnson. Over it goes now to Del Negro. In low post to Robinson. Suns double team. Out to Malone. He's open. 17-footer straight away short. Rebound Manning. Manning starts up court, then gives the ball to Elliott Perry. Perry down the right side. Avery Johnson slides with him defensively for the Spurs. Perry breaks out on top. Takes it in the lane. Takes it inside. Knocked away, but out of bounds by Robinson, and we'll get a full timeout here with 2 minutes and 41 seconds till halftime. Suns lead San Antonio by 4 points. Back after the full timeout. Suns lead at 50-46, and we remind you that the Suns pay-per-view package on Dimension Sports is available. Get all 13 games at only $10.95. The lowest price available. Ordering the season package is easy. Just call the number listed for your cable company in your area, and your order will be automatically placed. Dimension Cable, TCI of Scottsdale, or Cable America. Order today. 2 minutes, 41 seconds until halftime. And the Suns demanding inbounding with 12 seconds on the shot clock. And he is going to have to take a full timeout. He's going to have to take a full timeout here. And we will take the full timeout with the Suns on top by 4 and be back right after these important messages. Yeah. Ralph Sampson, who tried out with several NBA teams, is looking on here tonight. Let's pause 10 seconds for a station break. This is the Suns Basketball Network.
You're watching Phoenix Suns Basketball on KUTP-TV 45, Phoenix.
Chris Whitney checking in at a guard spot, a 6-footer out of Clemson in his second year. He played 40 games with the Spurs last season, but the Suns have the ball, but they lose it. Off the hands of Barkley, grabbed by Vinny Del Negro. He wants to dish it off. He does to Whitney, to Robinson, and Barkley steals it back. Barkley comes up with his second steal. Pass back to A.C. Green. Pass deflected, loose, out of bounds. Spurs basketball.
A little sloppy, Al McCoy, right now. Suns need to cash in. 2:26 to go.
And they lead 50-46. Chris Whitney. Up out of backcourt, he replaced Avery Johnson, giving him a little extra resting time here in the closing minutes of this first half. Vinny Del Negro out front to get the basketball. Over on the left side, Elliott still on the perimeter. Low on the left side, Robinson cutting to the hoop. Whitney, they get the ball to him. He bounces it inside for Malone. And then everybody converges. And we're going to have a foul called on Danny Ainge of the Suns.
Nice interior passing that time by the Spurs. David Robinson made a nice pass to Whitney. He didn't even hesitate. He knew Moses Malone would be under there, dropped it on the floor for him. Suns had to foul him. Suns have turned it over the last 2 times down the court. They need to get some shots.
Ainge picks up his 3rd personal as Malone. He's played in 9 of their 10 games. And his first free throw is up and good. He has made 12 of 13 free throws so far this season.
Well, Al, it's amazing that he's still playing. Coming out of high school, playing all the games this guy's played, and he's still playing.
Misses the next free throw. AC Green rebounds it. Suns with a 3-point lead, 50-47. Back to Dan Majerle. Ahead to Green again. Green over on the right side, out to Manning. Manning looks in for Barkley, hits him with a pass, and Barkley has the layup. Beautiful feed by Manning.
Nice back screen by Danny Ainge.
Now going for a steal over the far side of the court is Manning. He'll knock the ball out of bounds. Moses Malone will come out, and Chuck Person will return to the San Antonio lineup. He's in his 9th season out of Auburn. Sean ELLIOTT inbounding, throws it out front to David Robinson. Robinson at 3-point range, gets it further out on the perimeter to Vinny Del Negro. 15 seconds on the shot clock, 1:44 remaining here till halftime. Del Negro goes to the right side, keeps coming, has nowhere to go, but as he goes up, he's held, and Manning will pick up his 2nd personal foul.
Players sometimes have a tendency to just reach in and grab. All they need to do is slide over, put their body in front of the penetration, make the guy give the ball up. But they get themselves into a bad habit of reaching. That time, they reached into the cookie jar. They got caught.
Del Negro has 9 points. First free throw here is up and in. He'll have one more try. Vinny Del Negro. Here's the next free throw, and that's good. And it is 52-49. Suns on top. 1:38 remaining here till halftime. Manning still in backcourt. Gets the ball up to Barkley. Back to Manning. A little pressure defensively being put on by San Antonio. And the shot clock is at 13 to Ainge. Now to Majerle. Majerle straddling the 3-point line to Manning. Manning in the lane area. Wants to push it up from 14. He will, and he'll bury it. D. Manning.
Nice shot in traffic.
54-49 Suns. Chris Whitney down the left side for San Antonio. Out on top to Robinson. Right side for Sean ELLIOTT. Quick drive to the hoop for a jam. Oh, pretty play by Sean ELLIOTT.
He turned the Jets on, left Barkley standing, threw it down.
54-51. Phoenix leading it here. Under a minute now till halftime. Manning over on the left side. Manning gets the ball to Barkley. Barkley posting up against Person, draws the double team, feeds Ainge. Now Majerle. Here's the 3-pointer. This one won't go. Rebound Whitney. Whitney hurries down the right side. 20-footer. No good. Rebound tapped out to Ainge. And David Robinson went down hard, and that scrambled under the basket, battling for the rebound. Ainge will shoot a 3. Off the rim, no good. On the rebound, Green is there with ELLIOTT, and the foul is going to be on San Antonio's Sean ELLIOTT with only 32 seconds remaining in the first half.
David Robinson went down hard to the floor, but he rode in on D. Manning's back all the way. Suns took it down the court. Ainge took the quick jumper, missed it. AC Green was fouled.
Elliott Perry coming in, Manning coming out. Suns with the ball, full shot clock as a result of the foul on Sean ELLIOTT of San Antonio. Majerle to inbound, and he gets the ball to Ainge. Ainge straddling the 3-point line over on the left side. Barkley in the corner. Shoot it, get it. Got an 18-footer by Sir Charles.
Suns got themselves a 5-point lead here at half if they can stop the Spurs on this possession.
And San Antonio wants to go for the last shot of the first half. They spread the court out. Person down to Sean ELLIOTT. ELLIOTT, 3-point range. 10 seconds now. ELLIOTT holding it. Looking into Robinson. AC Green's on him to go to Robinson. Barkley runs defensively. They feed Del Negro. He cranks up the 3. Doesn't get it. Green rebounds. 3 seconds. 2 seconds to Perry with a second. Perry won't get the shot off. And the first half has come to an end. The Phoenix Suns 56. The San Antonio Spurs 51. You mentioned it earlier, Cotton. I'll reemphasize a pretty good first half of basketball.
Good first half of basketball. Barkley coming back for the first time. Guys trying to work him into the lineup. I felt the last two possessions were key for the Suns. They were able to score on their last possession, and they were able to stop the Spurs. They go up 56-51. Nice lead.
Manning with 15 points, AC Green with 12, Barkley with 11. For our radio audience, an update of news and sports coming up. And for our TV viewers, stay with us for the Channel 3 Fast Break. Halftime, Suns 56, Spurs 51 on the Suns Basketball Network.
Phoenix Suns Basketball is brought to you by AutoZone, by Lexus Luxury Automobiles, and by Southwest Airlines. Live from KUTP-TV 45, it's the Dial Halftime Report. Here's Tom Leander.
And tonight, a special edition coming to you live from the America West Arena. Welcome to the Halftime Report, everyone. I'm Tom Leander. Charles Barkley came out a little rusty, fired up an air ball, but he scored 11 points in the first half, and it's the Suns on top of the Spurs by a score of 56-51. Rest of the NBA, we've got some highlights out of Houston for you. A big showdown between the Rockets and the Sonics. Kenny Smith over to Robert Horry. He drains the three bucket, but a big first half for Shawn Kemp. Shawn with a turnaround jumper. Pretty stuff there. If he can hit that, that opens up the move, the spin move on the baseline past Hakeem, and Kemp. Pretty move inside past the All-Star Center. And your update out of Houston, it's the Sonics leading the Rockets 76-71. Elsewhere in the NBA, the Hornets take the Knicks. Alonzo Mourning, 27 points, 18 rebounds. The Celtics tonight, without Dominique Wilkins, defeat the 76ers 108-99. Also tonight, it's the Lakers taking the Bullets 112-96. Nick Van Exel had 22 in that game. Chris Webber also 22 for the Bullets. Mark Price, 31 points as the Cavaliers drub the Warriors 101-87. In Milwaukee, it's the Magic and the Bucks. In the third quarter, Orlando leading Milwaukee, and the Mavs taking on the Nuggets in Denver. It's all Denver so far at halftime. In the pregame show, we give you 3 clues in the Who Am I contest, and the first correct caller to name which Suns player it is wins lunch for 2 at the Copper Club. It is Marios Stratesny, 13-year-old from Peoria. Correctly answered that it was Wesley Person. And Mario, you get lunch for 2 at the Copper Club inside the America West Arena. Once again, it's the Suns on top of the Spurs, 56-51. Al and Cotton are back with the second half right after this.
Back at America West Arena, Al McCoy along with Cotton Fitzsimmons, the Suns with a 56-51 lead. Well, a reminder, my wardrobe supplied by the folks at the Clothery in Biltmore Fashion Park. The Clothery, located at beautiful Biltmore Fashion Park. Well, Cotton Fitzsimmons, we mentioned it several times in the first half, a good half of basketball.
Solid half of basketball. Both ball clubs, they didn't turn it over too much. The Spurs had a hard time shooting against that Phoenix trapping defense, and that's what got the Suns their lead. Let's see if they can do it again in the third quarter. So far, it's bothered David Robinson a little bit.
49% from the field for the Suns, 43% for San Antonio. Suns' biggest lead was 7 points, but they never were able to really break out and get the kind of lead they could really be comfortable with.
Well, that's true, and I think the real key is containing David Robinson. He's been willing tonight to pass the basketball off, and let's see if he continues to do so.
We'll find out. Second half coming up right after these messages.
Phoenix Suns Basketball is brought to you in part by America West Airlines, by Checker Auto Parts, by Jack in the Box Restaurants, and by Smith's Food and Drug Centers.
Well, when you take a look at how the scoring went in the first half, individually, the Suns got 15 points from D. Manning, 12 from AC Green, 11 from Barkley, and 8 from Dan Majerle. Leading the way for San Antonio, both Sean ELLIOTT and Vinny Del Negro scored 11. Avery Johnson had a big first half, Cotton with 10, Person with 8, but where is David Robinson? 6 points.
Well, would you think that David Robinson would not be the leading scorer? I thought he would be, not Avery Johnson. And David will step it up here in the third quarter. And I see Charles Barkley strolling out there to start this third quarter.
Well, it's nice inside America West Arena, but Cotton, we've learned that Interstate 40 between Flagstaff and Winslow has been closed because of blowing snow.
I'm not going to Winslow.
Okay. All right. The Suns take a 56-51 5-point lead into the third quarter. Avery Johnson brings the ball up for the San Antonio Spurs. Robinson comes out high on the left side to get the pass. Around it goes to Sean ELLIOTT. ELLIOTT looks, feeds Vinny Del Negro out front. Now back it goes to ELLIOTT, into Robinson. Joe Klein playing him defensively. Out front to Del Negro. They're starting to run out of time. Avery Johnson takes it inside. Nowhere to go, but he puts it up with the left hand and scores. Heck of a play by Avery Johnson.
He's been red hot. He's been the guy doing the job against the Suns.
56-53. The Suns lead. It's Joe Klein, Charles Barkley, D. Manning, Dan Majerle, and Elliott Perry. That's the 5 starting of this second half. Klein inside against J.R. Reid. Here's the fake. Here's the turnaround. Just short from about 14 feet on the right side. And Robinson, the #1 rebounder in the NBA, the Admiral David Robinson, brings it down for the Spurs. To Johnson, to Robinson out at the high post. He stops, shoots a 16-footer. Won't get that one. And D. Manning rebounds for Phoenix. To Perry. Perry right down the middle. Looks left. Barkley's there. Barkley will put up an 18-footer. That's going to bounce off. Klein tips the rebound. Who's going to get it? David Robinson picks up the loose ball. His pass stolen by Majerle. Majerle bounced to Barkley. Barkley over on the left side has Avery Johnson on him defensively. David Robinson, who's he guarding? Well, it took a while. And finally, we'll get an illegal defense call against San Antonio. David Robinson was scrambling in there, Cotton, to decide where he was going to go.
Well, he was guarding the basket, as he always guards the basket. He made a lunge out to guard Joe Klein, but J.R. Reid was guarding him. Jake O'Donnell says, by fault. It was not a post-up situation. No illegal. As Jake O'Donnell ever admitted he was wrong, he did tonight.
Well, so the situation will remain. 17 seconds on the shot clock. And the Suns will have possession.
That's why Jake O'Donnell is the top man in this league.
Manning out front to Joe Klein now. Over on the perimeter. Right side it goes to Elliott Perry. Perry looking in low. Nobody open there. Feeds it out front to Majerle. Over to Barkley with 7 seconds on the shot clock. Barkley holds it high. Gives it to Manning. He'll have to shoot it. And he'll get it. Oh, brother. He zings in an 18-footer from the left side.
Caught it with rhythm. Shot it same time.
58-53 Suns lead. Sean ELLIOTT for San Antonio puts up a 3-point try, and he buries it. So Sean ELLIOTT now has 14 points in the game. That's his second 3-point field goal of the evening. ELLIOTT Perry to the left side. Suns by 2 into Barkley. Barkley against J.R. Reid. Out front to Perry. Here's the jumper from 18. Looks good. Is good.
The Commodore. You better not drop off of him.
60-56. Phoenix on top. Avery Johnson again down the right side. Kind of coming home for Avery Johnson. Last year with Golden State. Before that, San Antonio. Back with the Spurs. Here's Sean ELLIOTT. ELLIOTT stutter step fake, driving on Manning at the baseline. He goes out of bounds. Good defense by Manning. Forced the turnover.
No place to go. He'd like to talk to Jake O'Donnell about it. He said I was forced out. Jake says, no place for you to go, Manning. Cut you off.
Elliott Perry up out of backcourt with the Suns on top. 60-56. Goes to Dan Majerle out front for Klein. Klein looks left. Barkley's there. Barkley wants to drive on Reid. Now he's open. He'll shoot a 17-footer, but it's way short. He didn't realize how open he was going to be. He actually pushed off. Here's Avery Johnson to J.R. Reid. Bangs inside. Scores it. They count it. Majerle went down, but he'll just have to take the tumble. So 60-58 up on the scoreboard. And the Suns lead cut down to 2 points. Elliott Perry going to Manning. Manning over on the right side, backing down on Sean ELLIOTT. He turns. Here's the fadeaway 14-footer right on the mark for Manning.
D. Manning red hot here tonight. He had a good first half when he buried 15 points. He's hit a couple here.
He has 19 now. That's right at his average on the season. Both D. Manning and Dan Majerle averaging just a shade over 19 points per game. Robinson low on the left side for San Antonio. Here's the sweeping drive to the hoop, but the roll won't go. He battles for the rebound, and now Reid is there. Let's see, Manning is there, and the foul is on David Robinson as he was trying to batter his way up to get that basketball again. Robinson will pick up the personal foul.
David Robinson a little frustrated. He was 3 for 10 in the first half. He's missed his first two shots this quarter.
That's just the second personal foul on David Robinson of San Antonio. 62-58 Suns. Manning has the ball tipped away by Sean ELLIOTT of the Spurs, and Phoenix will have 15 seconds on the shot clock.
Suns like to score on their out-of-bounds play. They try to set a screen for Marley coming up high, or Elliott Perry popping out to the corner.
Let's see what to do this time. Manning to Perry in the corner. Out front for Majerle. Majerle covered by Del Negro. Bounce pass to Barkley against J.R. Reid. Barkley right of the lane. Stops. Jumps it up from 15. The flat shot won't go. On the rebound, we're going to get a foul called on Klein or Robinson. They battle back and forth, and it'll be on. No, it's on Sean ELLIOTT. The foul is on Sean ELLIOTT. Loose ball foul.
Suns got a break there.
That's his third.
Charles, when he misses tonight, is shooting the ball short, which is normal for a guy who's been out of action.
Suns come back with a new shot clock. Barkley with the spin move. Has it blocked by Reid. Gets it back. And a layup. Goes around and round and comes out no good. Oh, tough miss for Barkley. Now they go in low. The Spurs do to Robinson. He goes cross court to Del Negro. He'll shoot a three and get it.
He's the one guy, Al, Del Negro. The Suns should make sure they cover on those threes. Leave Avery Johnson open.
Del Negro with 14 points. Dan Majerle low on the right side to double team. He throws it over on the left to Manning. Manning puts up a three-point try. Johnson. There it is.
E. Manning red hot.
Manning with 22 points. 65-61 the Suns. Reid out to Avery Johnson. He's going to have a clear path to the basket and score. Perry gambled, went for the steal. Avery Johnson wide open.
You said it, Al. I think Perry's probably trying to get too many steals and leaving Avery open.
65-63 Suns. Majerle low on the right side. Out to Perry. 20-footer on the way. Out, no good. D. Manning aggressive. Tips the rebound back to Perry. Back to Manning. 15-footer good. D. Manning's having a heck of a game.
He deserved it after that.
There's a steal. Perry steals it. Stops because Robinson is back to Barkley, and Barkley's fouled by Del Negro as he charges to the hoop.
And listen to this crowd. They are really getting excited about the Suns' defensive play.
67-63. The Suns lead. They want a timeout with 6:58 left in the third quarter. We'll be back after the timeout. The Suns D. Manning with 24 points, and Cotton, he's everywhere.
Well, you can't always get the rebound, but if you hustle, you might keep it alive, and D. Manning kept it alive, and he was rewarded for it a few minutes ago by getting it back and burying the shot.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Suns Basketball Network.
You're watching Phoenix Suns basketball on KUTP-TV 45 Phoenix.
Well, Charles Barkley going to the free throw line. He has 11 points, 3 rebounds. He's 1 out of 3 free throw shooting.
And Manning and Sean ELLIOTT having a pretty good battle. Manning winning that battle, hitting 11 out of 16 shots tonight.
Barkley's first free throw is not good. This is the first game of the season for Charles Barkley. He missed the first 10.
The reason the fans, I think, like Charles so much is that he's not afraid to show emotion. He misses those free throws. You can see it in his face, the agony of those misses.
Here's the second try by Sir Charles, and that one won't go. And J.R. Reid with the rebound off to Avery Johnson. 67-63. Suns leading here. Not quite midway through the third quarter at America West Arena. Now McCoy along with Cotton Fitzsimmons. Happy to have you looking and listening. Here's the bounce pass intended for Robinson. He couldn't get it, but we are going to get a holding foul. It'll be on Joe Klein of the Suns.
Again, Jake O'Donnell makes the call. Didn't want to make the call, but once he saw the Spurs lost the basketball, he says, Joe, you're holding on to his arm. He could not go after the ball.
So do 24 seconds on the shot clock for San Antonio. Sean ELLIOTT gets the ball out to Avery Johnson. Avery Johnson drops the pass to Del Negro. Bounce it into Robinson. Robinson with the turnaround. And he hits this 13-footer.
First good look he's had at the basket since early in the first quarter.
67-65 Phoenix. But a close nip and tuck basketball game. Perry to Barkley. Deflected away, but Barkley saves it at the baseline to Majerle. Majerle to Barkley. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Barkley backing down on J.R. Reid. His turnaround shot is short. Klein tips the rebound to Perry. Gives it back to Barkley. He has it knocked away, but too much contact on that drive to the basket. And Barkley will try a couple of more free throws as Robinson picks up his third personal foul for the Spurs.
Well, a couple of times Perry's got beat by trying to stay around getting the ball. But if he didn't stay around in the action, Elliott Perry would not be the player that he is. He made a beautiful recovery of a miss that time and looked away and hit Barkley with a perfect pass.
So Barkley with 2 tries. Spins that ball around a couple of times. 6 minutes 11 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Here's Barkley's first free throw attempt, and he got that one. Well, the family of Budweiser beers remind you that friends know when to say when.
Barkley looks up to the sky and says, "Thanks, Lord."
Barkley waiting for his next attempt here. The Suns' biggest lead's been 7 points. The San Antonio lead 2 points. But it has been a very close ball game throughout. Barkley's next free throw is also good. So he hits them both. 69-65. Phoenix leading. Elliott Perry picking up Avery Johnson defensively. Johnson now finally swings it over on the left side for Del Negro. Breaks down left of the lane. Holds on. And we get an illegal defense call. That is the second, so that will be a technical foul assessed against Phoenix.
Suns were double teaming. Perry went over thinking he was supposed to pick up the open man, but the Suns let up on the double team and it cost them an illegal.
Sean ELLIOTT gets the ball over to Avery Johnson. Avery Johnson right in front of our courtside location here. Puts the ball finally on the floor. Starts to move across that three-point line. Looks in low to David Robinson. Robinson swings it out to Del Negro. Here comes his three-point try. Good. That's his third three-pointer of the game.
You got to stay home on Vinny Del Negro.
69-68. It is a 1-point Phoenix lead. Elliott Perry to the right side of the court. Looking in low. Goes to Barkley. Working against J.R. Reid. Bounce it back out to Manning. Now to Barkley. Back to Manning. Manning will put up a 3. Short. Rebound to Avery Johnson. And it's San Antonio on the run. They get a 3-on-2 break. They'll feed Del Negro. And he'll score it. And the Spurs are back on top by 1.
Yeah, they had the running game going. The Suns didn't transition on defense very good that time.
Elliott Perry. Over on the left side, they go to Barkley. Barkley working on Reid. The spin move doesn't work. Now he gets inside, throws it out in the lane. Nobody there but Avery Johnson. He steals it and he's fouled. Klein will pick up the foul.
And the Spurs had another fast break opportunity, and Perry pretty much had to foul him to keep him from getting the shot. Barkley leaving the ball game right now. AC Green coming in.
So San Antonio will have the ball. The Spurs have 14 fouls in the quarter. The Suns have 2. 5 minutes left in the third period. 70-69 San Antonio. They have never led by more than 2, but they have possession right here. Benny Del Negro just came off the injured list, and he's had a big shooting game for them. Now we're going to get a foul called. It's on J.R. Reid, and that is 4 personals on J.R. Reid of San Antonio.
And Bob Hill's going to be very upset. He doesn't need J.R. Reid to foul out of this game, especially making an offensive foul.
Moses Malone is getting the warm-ups off, and he'll probably be coming back in. Elliott Perry now walks the ball up offensively for the Suns, and the Suns need to score here and get that lead back. Here's Majerle out front. In low to Joe Klein. Klein wants to go to work. Here's his turnaround shot. Good, he buried it.
Nice call, Al. You said he wanted to go to work.
Well, he found himself with Sean ELLIOTT defending against him, and he took advantage of the post-up situation. Chuck Person also coming in for San Antonio, along with Moses Malone. Now, let's see. 71-70, the Suns regaining the lead. Suns putting on a little defensive pressure with Perry and Green, and now the ball comes back to Avery Johnson. 4.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Avery Johnson to the left of Robinson. Keeps coming. Puts up the running left-hander. Won't get it. Robinson tries to tip. It won't go. Person saves it. Shoots a 3 and gets it. Chuck Person got the long rebound and buried the three-point field goal.
The rifleman. He loves those threes.
73-71. San Antonio leads it. Elliott Perry over on the left side for Manning. Manning with the fake. Drops the ball off low, but it's stolen by Del Negro. Interior passing not working that well for the Suns on that possession. Over to Avery Johnson, and now we got a foul called. Robinson was bumped out of bounds, and Joe Klein picks up his third personal. Suns are a little out of kilter really at both ends of the court right now.
They really are, Al. They need this 3:59 to settle down, control this basketball game. They're at home.
73-71 San Antonio. Avery Johnson over to Robinson. Robinson out of the high post. Robinson, former star at the Naval Academy, to Moses Malone, further out to Del Negro. Vinny Del Negro has had a pretty good ball game. 21 points, as a matter of fact. Out it comes to Robinson. Pulls up, 15-footer, good. David Robinson. And Robinson now is in double figures with 10 points. San Antonio, their biggest lead, up by 4, 75-71. Elliott Perry to the right side of the court. Perry stops, puts up a 20-footer and scores it. Elliott Perry, they needed that one.
And Elliott Perry not afraid to take the shot when the Suns need it.
75-73. Suns trail. David Robinson handling the ball left of the lane, puts up a 15-footer and got it. And Robinson's starting to go to work offensively.
And you don't like to see it.
77-73 Spurs. 3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Perry to Klein. Klein now with Moses Malone on him. Klein, little left-handed hook around and in. He got it. Joe Klein. 77-75. San Antonio still on top by 2. Avery Johnson right side goes to the baseline. Suns trap and double team, and they wanted to steal. Going to get a kicking violation call, but we'll have a timeout. With 2:44 left in the third quarter, San Antonio leads the Suns by 2. We'll be back after these messages. The Spurs with a 2-point lead here. 2:44 left in the third quarter. Well, if you're searching for the perfect holiday gift, try the Phoenix Suns Team Shop. Your source for genuine Suns merchandise. Now, the team shops are located right here at America West Arena. Also at Metro Center and Scottsdale Fashion Square.
Suns are going to go small. Play without a center against Moses Malone and against David Robinson. You've got Manning, AC Green, and Majerle up front with Ainge and Perry. I think Paul Westphal is looking for better ball movement offensively from this group and maybe some good trapping defense.
Let's see what happens. Avery Johnson throws it in from out of bounds to David Robinson. Back to Johnson on the right side. Malone runs inside to post up, but the ball comes out front to Del Negro. Over to Chuck Person. Person the lob for Robinson. AC Green on him. They'll double team. Throw it back out to Avery Johnson. Avery Johnson dishes to Robinson. He lays it up and in.
You must make Avery Johnson shoot the ball on the perimeter. Don't let him penetrate to the middle.
79-75 San Antonio. Here's Majerle right side. Majerle at 3-point range gets the ball to Ainge in the corner. Out front Manning. Dozen seconds on the Phoenix shot clock. Back to Ainge on the right. Ainge looks low. AC Green is there against Moses Malone. Green making his move. Here's the turnaround. The fadeaway. 10-footer won't go. Manning tipping won't go. Rebound battle. And they come down for it. And there's going to be a foul called. Going to be against AC Green of the Suns.
AC battles all the way. He doesn't care how big the guy is or anything else. He just battles, trying to get the basketball.
2 minutes remaining here in the third quarter, and San Antonio has taken a 79-75 lead. Trevor Ruffin getting the warm-ups off, and he's going to give Elliott Perry a breather right now. Ruffin has not played in the ball game tonight. The 6-foot guard out of the University of Hawaii. A 4-point San Antonio lead. Avery Johnson works his way over the time stripe. He starts down the left side. Both the big men, Robinson and Malone, over on the near side of the court. Now the ball goes down to Chuck Person. Robinson breaks low. They give him the ball in the lane. He turns around, 13-footer. He buries it.
Once he gets it going, it's tough to stop him. He's doing it now with movement rather than posting up.
And he has 16 points. Well, he's got the big height advantage. And he gets a tremendous look at the hoop when he sets up in the lane 12, 14 feet away. Here's Ruffin over on the left now to Majerle. Majerle working with the ball. 81-75 San Antonio. Majerle on the drive. Reverse layup. Got it. They needed it.
They certainly did, Al. And that's the type of hoop to get, a driving hoop to the basket.
81-77. San Antonio still with the lead. 1:10 remaining in the third quarter. Avery Johnson go to the left side. Still on the dribble. Avery Johnson wants to break into the lane. Keeps coming. Almost loses the ball. It's on the floor. He picks it up. And now we're going to get a travel or a 3-second. 3-second lane violation is the call. And Trevor Ruffin playing some pretty good defense on Avery Johnson.
He certainly did. Suns need to cash in. 1:01 to go. Down by 4.
81-77 San Antonio. The Suns bench looking on. Trevor Ruffin now will slowly bring the ball up front. Ruffin out of 3-point range, starts his drive, dishes off to Ainge. Ainge goes in for about a 20-footer, but it's short. Rebound, can Manning control it? He tips it up in the air, but Avery Johnson has it. Long bounce pass to Vinny Del Negro, who's all alone in front of the pack. He gets the easy layup.
Suns need to get 2 shots for 1.
83-77. Here is Ruffin for 3. No. And the rebound Person. He had to force the shot. 30 seconds remaining here in this third quarter. And it has not been a good one for the Suns, who trail at 83-77. Chuck Person inside to Robinson. Out front, Del Negro. Here's the 3-pointer. This one won't go. Rebound goes off one of the Suns. and it'll belong to San Antonio now with only 18 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Again, Moses Malone fighting hard for the ball. Ruffin was there and it bounced off his chest, and we're going to get a 22nd timeout.
22nd timeout called by San Antonio. We'll just remind you quickly, if you haven't picked up your Shazam Country Suns t-shirt, where Whataburger, wherever Whataburger is sold, you'll find these collector's items. The Shazam Country t-shirts from Whataburger.
The problem, David Robinson started to warm up. The Spurs were able to get a few transition baskets on the Suns, and with 18.8 to go, Spurs basketball, the Spurs have scored 32 points already in this period.
And David Robinson has 5 field goals for 10 points in the quarter. 18 seconds remain in the third period. Suns with AC Green, Manning, Marley, Ames, and Trevor Ruffin. So the Spurs have had an excellent third period here. Robinson has gone to work. Vinny Del Negro's knocked down a couple of threes.
Don't allow David Robinson to get a back pick and a lob to the basket.
Avery Johnson will inbound to the left of the San Antonio basket. Out it comes to Moses Malone. Back to Avery Johnson. They'll want to run it down for the last shot of this third quarter. Avery Johnson just checking the clock. Now 10 seconds. Avery Johnson waiting, running the baseline. His person, he curls around, gets it at three-point range, can't get the shot off, now forces it up and buries it. It was a 2. He was inside the three-point line. He was covered, but he shot it and got it. And that is going to end the third quarter with the Spurs having their biggest lead. San Antonio 85, Phoenix Suns 77 with the fourth quarter coming right up. McCoy with Cotton Fitzsimmons. San Antonio with an 85-77 lead going to the fourth quarter. How's the hustle board, Cotton?
Well, some nights the checker hustle board doesn't really mean a lot. Tonight it does. The Spurs are up by 8 points on the hustle board, 27 rebounds to 34, and they're up by 8 points on the scoreboard, so it means a lot tonight.
Suns have the basketball. The fourth quarter is underway. Manning over on the right side. Manning keeps the ball going up and down on the dribble, decides to shoot it from the perimeter and miss. And Sean ELLIOTT rebounds it for the Spurs. Up to Avery Johnson. Cross court for Person. 20-footer. Got it. And the Spurs are shooting red hot right now. They lead by 10 points.
And the Spurs transition offense is hurting the Suns transition defense.
Ames inside, and he's going to be grabbed and fouled. Avery Johnson will pick up the foul. Suns need movement of the basketball.
And they need to hustle back on defense to keep the Spurs from being wide open.
Inbound pass comes to Marley. Marley covered by ELLIOTT. Goes to Barkley. Barkley turns around. 16-footer won't go. Rebound to the smallest guy on the floor, Avery Johnson. He comes up down the left side. They've been on a 10-2 scoring run here in the last 3 minutes and 50 seconds. San Antonio. Here's Person out front. Gets the ball to Robinson at the high post. Robinson goes inside, but Malone wasn't there because he was held by Barkley, and the foul will be on Barkley, who complains he has one technical tonight that's cost him $500.
Well, this is a crazy game. Last night, the Spurs got killed at home by the Sonics. Tonight they come in here, and they're working on the Suns by 10.
87-77. Suns cannot afford to dig too deep of a hole here, although we're very early in the fourth quarter. Avery Johnson to David Robinson. Low on the right side against AC Green. And as he turns, going to get a foul called on AC Green. Had a hand on him. You can put your forearm on them. You can't put your hand on them.
You certainly can't. Because what happens with your hand out, you extend your arm. And with your forearm, you kind of bend it into your body.
Person inbounding him alone with the new San Antonio shot clock. Back to Chuck Person. Person against Dan Marley. Holds up on the right side. Now the bounce pass goes to Robinson. He'll face the basket, go to the baseline, put up a 10-footer, won't go. Manning rebounds it. Up to Ames. Ames pushes it up. Back to Manning coming down the right side. Manning into the lane. A 14-footer is off. Won't go. Green rebounds it. Wants to follow. The fake, the shot. No. Barkley's there. And we have a foul called. Person, Barkley exchange pleasantries. The foul will be on Chuck Person of San Antonio.
Suns need some transition hoops. They're not getting any easy shots lately.
Not at all. 87-77. San Antonio. Suns bring it into Majerle. Majerle over to D. Manning. Manning back out to Majerle. Majerle shoots the three, but it's going to be off the mark. Long rebound. Avery Johnson had it. He's pushed, and the foul will be on the Suns' Danny Ainge.
Suns playing around the perimeter, not getting it done. Paul Westphal wants Elliott Perry, figuring that Elliott can give him some penetration and create some shots for some guys.
They need the penetration. They need to push the ball up quickly. Manning will come out. Perry will come in. But again, the Suns without a center. And David Robinson liking that a great deal. Avery Johnson with the ball for the Spurs. Stops the dribble. The bounce pass goes into Robinson. Robinson right side out front for Chuck Person. A long three. No good. Rebound down to Elliott Perry. Perry brings it down the left side to the trailing Ainge. Over to Majerle. He'll shoot another three. Can he get this one?
And he got it. It was a three, but it was off the transition game.
And Whataburger sends $50 to Suns charity. 7-point San Antonio lead. Avery Johnson out front to Robinson. He stands out at the high post, top of the key. Looks to his left, goes to Sean ELLIOTT. ELLIOTT against Majerle. That's a battle. ELLIOTT turns, pass to Robinson, out to Johnson, now to Person. Illegal defense. No, 3 seconds. 3-second lane violation is the call. So the Suns get a break here and get the ball back. And they have to take advantage of each and every possession now as they attempt to get back into the basketball game. Trailing by 7 points. 9.5 minutes left. Ainge for a trio. No good. Long rebound. Green has it in the far corner. AC Green bounces to Majerle. Drives, shoots, scores. Count it. And he is fouled. Majerle moving to the basket. And he's fouled by Sean ELLIOTT.
You should be a coach, Al McCoy. Instead of standing on the perimeter, take it to the hoop.
And that's exactly what Majerle did. He got the ball in his mitts, and he laid it right up and in and got hooked and fouled by Sean ELLIOTT. He'll go to the free throw line. And J.R. Reid getting the warm-ups off down in the vicinity of the San Antonio bench. He'll come in.
And the Suns, with an up-tempo game, have cut the 10-point lead to 5. Marty's got a chance to cut it to 4.
ELLIOTT with 4 personals. Reid returning. He has 4 personals. And Vinny Del Negro now is going to come in, replacing Sean ELLIOTT.
And Del Negro has hurt the Suns with those open threes tonight.
Really has. He has 21 points. And he has knocked down 3 of the NBA super shots. Majerle from the free throw line. Got that one. 87-83. So the 10-point lead has been whittled down to 4 right now. Avery Johnson up out of backcourt. Elliott Perry with him defensively for the Suns. Avery Johnson waits, gets it out to Del Negro. Back to Avery Johnson, into Robinson. Robinson posting up on the right side. Here's the spin move with the left hand, but it won't go. And Majerle will rebound it for the Suns. Down the left side for Ainge. Ainge will stop. Looks to Green. Play it up and in. Pretty play. Ainge to Green for 2. And I think San Antonio will take a timeout because it's a brand new ball game. 8 minutes and 52 seconds left. Fourth quarter. Spurs 87, Suns 85. Be right back. The Suns are back on their running game. They're scoring off transition from defense to offense, and they're right back in the ballgame.
That's the only way they can do it. They cannot stay around the perimeter and hope that all those long shots go in. Play good D, run off of that defense, get some easy hoops.
They still trail San Antonio by 2 points. Avery Johnson for the Spurs, up in front court, looking for Person, goes to Person, puts up a 13-footer that rolls around and off. They battle for the board. Barkley is there for the Phoenix rebound. Now to Perry. Perry pushes it up, edges to the right side of the court. Out on top to AC Green, over to Majerle. Majerle looking, waiting, goes to Barkley. Barkley fakes the drive against Robinson. A long 22-footer. Oh, brother! He was just inside the line, but he buried it. And this game is tied at 87. Avery Johnson down the right side, looking into Person. Person locked up by Majerle. Out front, a collision. Barkley was going for the steal. He'll pick up the pushing foul against Avery Johnson.
He made one of those steals earlier tonight when the Suns double team. He thought he could do it then. He just got a little slow start, wasn't able to get there.
But that's 14 fouls against the Suns, 3 against San Antonio, so the Suns have no more to give with 8 minutes left in the ballgame. Avery Johnson on the drive and a blocking foul. Well, that's a tough call.
That's not a very good call, and Paul Westphal
right there. Perry right there defensively, but he picks up the foul, and that means the remaining 8 minutes of this ball game, the Spurs will be going to the free throw line.
Suns had a nice 10-0 run going for them in the last 2:40. I thought Elliott Perry played perfect position that time. No place for Avery Johnson to go, but Derek Stafford said no. That is a block.
Avery Johnson will miss the first free throw. Little left-hander out of Southern University. Here's the next one. He got it. That breaks the tie and puts San Antonio up by a single point. Perry down the left side. High dribble. Still out of three-point range now. Feeds Ainge. Ainge going to cut into the hoop. Dishes to Barkley. Barkley with the fake. Barkley with the drive. Fouled on his way to the basket. Barkley will go to the free throw line. And the foul on Vinny Del Negro.
And a pass-off out, not a shot.
Pass-off, right? They're going to say he was getting rid of the basketball, so the Suns will be satisfied with a new shot clock. Marley to Barkley again against David Robinson. Barkley looking, waiting. He's going to take the outside shot again. Won't get it. Rebound comes down to Avery Johnson. 88-87 San Antonio. They've got Robinson out in front. Alley-oop. Whammo. What can I say? Robinson gets the easy field goal.
And that happens sometimes because A.C. Green is not being guarded by David Robinson, and he released.
San Antonio up by 3 again. Ainge behind an A.C. Green pick. Stops. Gives it off to A.C. Green underneath. Shot no. J.R. Reid rebounds. Knocked loose. We're going to get a reaching in foul. It'll be on Ainge, and we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Suns Basketball Network.
You're watching Phoenix Suns Basketball on KUTP-TV 45 Phoenix.
Number 13, returns to the Suns lineup.
D. Manning will return to the Phoenix lineup now. And again, free throws will be a big part of San Antonio's finish to this game. J.R. Reid at the line.
In the first half, I remember one time Elliott Perry just driving to the basket, and David Robinson let him do it. But in the second half, David Robinson is creating havoc for the Suns with their inside game. He's trying to block everything.
The Suns came back and tied it. Reid gets both free throws, and it's 92-87. San Antonio up by 5. 7 minutes plus remaining in the ballgame, fourth quarter. Elliott Perry to the right side. Perry waits. Now goes in low to Barkley. Again, the matchup is Barkley and 7'1" David Robinson. Barkley out on top to Manning. Manning to the right side. Manning waits, goes back into Barkley, deflected away by Reid, but there's only 5 seconds now remaining in the Suns shot clock.
But the Suns have good out-of-bounds plays. Somebody will get a good shot here, I think.
D. Manning to inbound to the right of the Phoenix basket. The Suns setting up. They go to Perry. Perry drives underneath. It goes to Manning to score. Great play.
Give Perry all the credit in the world.
92-89. Suns still down in this ball game by 3 points. Avery Johnson controlling the offensive attack for the San Antonio Spurs. David Robinson comes way out front. They have both Reid and Robinson out high on the right side. They'll go in low now. Here's the turnaround by Person, but he slips and falls. And going to be called for the travel, or let's see what they're going to call here. Timeout? He called a timeout as he went down. Full timeout. 6:33 left in the ball game. 92-89. Spurs back after San Antonio's full timeout. Let's check the NBA scoreboard and the finals that we have in tonight. It was the Lakers over Washington, 112-96. Cleveland rolled over Golden State, 101-87. And the other finals, Charlotte beat New York this afternoon in New York, 105-95. And Boston beats Philadelphia, 108-99. So the Suns with their work cut out for them. Spurs have had a big shooting second half, 68% from the field in the second half.
Led by David Robinson, who finally got hot.
Now they come into Reid. They have 6 seconds on the shot clock. Reid out on the perimeter. Reid waits, gives to Del Negro. Somebody's got to shoot it. He didn't get it off in time. So the Suns hold defensively. They trail 92-89. A lot of time left in this ball game. 6 minutes and 27 seconds. San Antonio with 14 turnovers. The Suns with 9. That's been the turnover story tonight. Elliott Perry with Green, Manning, Barkley, and Majerle. Perry over on the right side. Perry starts his drive inside. Dishes off to Manning. Has about an 18-footer. One time for D.
Well, he was hot in that third quarter. I hope he can finish the fourth quarter strong.
That now is 14 assists for Elliott Perry and 28 points for Manning. They go inside. The Spurs do to Robinson. Almost loses the ball, then throws it out front. It goes back court, but we get a traveling call first, and that will turn it over to the Suns, and they have a chance now to regain the lead.
They certainly do, and it's happening with Perry's penetration. He is able to penetrate, bring the defense to him, and then dish off.
92-91 San Antonio. Just under 6 minutes left in this ball game now here in the fourth quarter. Elliott Perry right side behind a Manning screen. Dishes out to Majerle. He's got a three, but this one won't fall. Rebound tip by Barkley to Perry. Perry elects to bring it out on the perimeter again. One more time, Majerle. Here's another three. Won't miss that one. Shazam! Whataburger sends $50 to Suns charities. Suns lead 94-92. Avery Johnson over on the right side. Go to Person. Bounce it into Robinson. They run 2-minute Robinson. He throws it out front to Del Negro. On the side, Reid. Out front, Person. His three-point try. No good, and we're going to get a foul. And Barkley was pushed away by Robinson. Robinson or Reid? Who do they call it on? Reid. They call it on J.R. Reid. So that will be his fifth personal.
J.R. has a tendency sometimes when he cannot get inside to extend his arms and push underneath. Now I give Barkley some credit. Barkley's a pretty good actor.
Well, Barkley will go to the free throw line. For tonight, he's made only 3 of 7. But he now has 15 points, 4 rebounds. But he was able to sink his last 2 free throw attempts. From the field, he's 6 of 17. Playing in his first regular season game after missing the first 10, being on the injured list. Free throws good. Here's Moses Malone in for San Antonio. J.R. Reid will come out.
Barkley really struggling at the line. That drew a lot of iron that time, but went in. And again, he's very thankful that he made it. He doesn't feel comfortable at the free throw line.
Barkley waiting again for that next attempt with 5 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the ball game in the fourth quarter. The next free throw good. 96-92. Suns 5-4. Little defensive pressure applied, but David Robinson's going to bring the ball up out of backcourt. And as he does, he is fouled by A.C. Green. Well, they couldn't get around in front of the big guy. Sean ELLIOTT will replace Chuck Person for San Antonio. And the Suns are going to take a timeout. 5 minutes and 15 seconds left in this ball game in the fourth quarter. Phoenix 96, San Antonio 92. Quite a ball game. We'll be right back. Suns with a 4-point lead here, but we've just received a final from Houston, Texas, where Seattle has defeated the Houston Rockets 98-94. So they have back-to-back wins in Texas. They beat the Spurs last night, Houston tonight.
George Karl's probably happy. He struggled early on in that trip, losing a lot of ball games. Suns on a nice run, 19-7. Majerle has 9 points. Suns got killed in that third quarter, but it looks like they're going to try to kill the Spurs here in the fourth.
Well, David Robinson will go to the free throw line for his first free throws of the ball game. With 5 minutes and 15 seconds to play. He'll shoot 2, both clubs over the team foul limit. First free throw is not good. Again, the Admiral, David Robinson, with 18 points. At halftime, he had only 6. Last year, he was the leading scorer in the NBA. He had a 71-point game against the Clippers, the last game of the season. He gets the next free throw. Suns now come down with Elliott Perry leading the way, 96-93, Phoenix on top. Every possession important now with 5 minutes left to go. Perry stops the dribble, lobs it in for Manning, but Sean ELLIOTT is able to front him, deflect it, and make the steal. Neat defensive play by San Antonio's Sean ELLIOTT. He gives it down to Vinny Del Negro. They go right inside to Robinson. Robinson turns, facing the hoop on Green. He'll take the jump shot from outside, will not get it. Barkley jumps on the rebound. Over to Perry. Perry pushes it up, keeps coming, takes it down the middle, feeds it on the baseline. Green is there, drives inside, and he's fouled AC Green grabbed and fouled. He'll go to the line. And picking up the personal will be David Robinson.
What you hope for, Al? David Robinson's been in the entire second half, has not been out, and he's really worked hard in the second half. You hope he gets a little bit tired. That time he just reached out and grabbed AC Green instead of trying to block the shot.
Well, Green at the free throw line with 4 minutes and 40 seconds. That's the time remaining here in this fourth quarter. Tomorrow night, we look at Coach Butch Beard's New Jersey Nets. Derek Coleman and company here at America West Arena. Green's first free throw is not good. He'll have one more try.
I bragged too soon on AC. He has been on a pretty nice roll with his free throws. Last year he struggled at times. He needs to hit this one to give the Suns a 4-point edge.
Well, he made 4 straight. He has 14 points, 8 rebounds. AC Green takes aim from that free throw stripe. Free throws are going to be important to the winner. He gets the next one. 97-93. The Suns with the lead. Now the Suns fall back defensively. Elliott Perry coming out, going nose-to-nose against Avery Johnson. Bounce pass to Del Negro on the right side. Del Negro moves behind a Robinson screen and puts Barkley on Robinson. He wants to post him up. They go to Robinson. He goes to the hoop and misses. But we're going to get a goaltending call. That's what Derek Stafford is calling, and the Suns are protesting.
And I think Derek missed another one. I really believe Barkley got it before it ever got to the cylinder. He knocked it against the backboard.
You can hear the response from the fans. Tough call. Elliott Perry comes down for the Suns, down 97-95. Phoenix by a couple. Perry looking for Manning again. Gets the ball to him this time, but it's blocked by David Robinson. Robinson comes up with a block to Del Negro. San Antonio has the numbers, but it's missed. But Malone will rebound, and he's going to be fouled by Barkley. Malone will go to the line to shoot 2 for the opportunity to tie the ball game. We're going to get a timeout. 4 minutes, 3 seconds. They're going to take it 20. 4 minutes and 3 seconds left in the ball game, and Moses Malone will have the opportunity to tie this game.
What happened so many times on a play like a minute ago? Derek Stafford said, no way they can block David Robinson's shot. No way. Barkley came out of nowhere, and he blocked it beautifully and knocked it against the glass. It should not have been 2 points. Then the crowd gets upset because the Spurs go to the other end, and David Robinson just lays a beautiful block on D. Manning, who thought he had a layup.
Well, we have, as I mentioned, just over 4 minutes. 4 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the ball game. The road trip, the long road trip, will start on Tuesday night in Milwaukee. We'll have complete coverage on that entire 7-game road trip on both our radio and television network stations. KTAR 620 AM originates our radio network, and of course TV 45. KUTP-TV in Phoenix originates the television network.
Well, Charles Barkley was talking to Derek Stafford. Jake O'Donnell came over to make sure Charles kept his cool, because all officials miss plays at time. He just didn't think Charles could make the play.
Moses Malone gets the first of 2 free throws. He's a good free throw shooter, and he has the chance to tie this ball game. 97-96 right down. Malone, both feet together at that line.
Jake O'Donnell knows I have a monitor, and he says, was it a good block? I said, yes, it was, Jake.
Both free throws are good by Malone, and these 2 teams are even again. 97 apiece. Elliott Perry to the right side for the Suns. Perry has Avery Johnson with a hand on him. Perry breaks around a Barkley screen, feeds it back out front to Majerle. Suns almost gave it away. Majerle waits. Majerle starts to drive. Stop. Pushes up an off-balance shot. Gets the 16-footer. Tough shot. He got it.
Tough shot. Del Negro all over him. But Dan Majerle buries it.
99-97, the Suns lead. Majerle with 21 points. Manning has scored 28. Here's Del Negro. He dishes off to Robinson. Robinson is fouled by Barkley. That is 5 on Barkley now. 5 personal fouls on Barkley. But David Robinson will have to connect from the free throw line.
Westfall complaining that David Robinson set an illegal screen. They tried the lob pass to him. Barkley came over and fouled him. David, not the best free throw shooter in the world, so it turns out it could be a good foul.
Well, he's shooting better than 73% from the line so far on the season. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Didn't go to the free throw line in the first half. He'll bury the first one here. So again, he has the opportunity to tie this ball game. Now with 3 minutes and 27 seconds remaining to be played. Next free throw, good. So it's tied, and here we go. 99-99. You can't afford to make a mistake in this situation. Suns have AC Green way out front now. Give it on the left side for Majerle. Shoot a three, won't get it. Rebound, Barkley battles, Green has it, and we get a goaltend. Yes, give the hook to AC Green.
And I think Derek Stafford just evened it out. But I'm not certain that that wasn't a good block by the Spurs.
101-99, Suns by 2. What did I say about every possession being important? Avery Johnson wants to drive. Can't get loose. Half stops. Out it comes to Sean ELLIOTT. Under 10 seconds on the San Antonio shot clock. ELLIOTT holding. He's going to shoot a three. In and out. Stays out. Majerle rebounds. To ELLIOTT parry. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the game. 19,023 at America West Arena on the edge of their seats. Over to Majerle. Out front for AC Green. Pulling Moses Malone out, who's defending against him. Over to Barkley. A 20-footer. Good. A swisheroo. 103-99 Suns. So Barkley's back with 19 points. Avery Johnson wants a timeout for the Spurs. Here it is. 2:27 left in the game. Suns by 4. We'll be back after the Spurs talk things over. Well, Charles Barkley, just like he never left a moment ago, knocks down about an 18-20 footer, and the Suns lead at 103-99.
And he got the shot up in the air. He's been leaving some of his out-court shots short because he has not been practicing, hasn't been able to work, but he got that last one up just right.
Well, San Antonio has never won here at America West Arena. They're 0 for 7 in regular season and playoffs, but they're battling with 2:27 left in the game. Sean ELLIOTT looking to inbound, gets it out to Chuck Person. Back to ELLIOTT, now to Avery Johnson. Avery Johnson starts to back down the right side of the court. Avery Johnson looking in for Robinson. He gets it at the baseline right. Out it comes to Avery Johnson. He spins, he drives, he shoots, and we'll get a goaltending this time. Barkley went for the block. Gives the hoop to Avery Johnson.
He might have got there just a little bit late that time. Avery Johnson able to get the shot off, and I think he was able to get it up over the cylinder a little bit. But that was a very questionable call against Charles Barkley.
And the fans see the replay here at America West Arena. 103-101, Phoenix by 2. Majerle left side, out front for AC Green. Person playing him defensively. Now to Perry at three-point range. Under 2 minutes left in the ball game. 10 seconds on the shot clock for the Suns. Danny Manning open. 15-footer. Yes, indeed. Oh, brother.
D. Manning has been a big timer in this game.
30 points for Manning. 105-101. Phoenix leads it, a minute 45 to go. Vinny Del Negro looks in low. They go to Robinson. Robinson waiting. He has to pass out to Person. Now to Sean ELLIOTT. Fakes, drives. Manning reaching in to try and get the ball. And the foul will be on Manning as he got ELLIOTT on the arm. And Sean ELLIOTT, averaging 16.5 points a game, a superb free throw shooter at 84% on the year, will step to the San Antonio line.
That was a good foul, though. Sean ELLIOTT, good free throw shooter, but otherwise, he was going to have an easy layup. Good foul by D. Manning.
14 points in the game tonight for Sean ELLIOTT. He's 4 of 6 free throw shooting in this one. He looks, he shoots, and he doesn't get it. So it turns out to be a very good foul.
Very good, and it might be an excellent foul.
ELLIOTT only has the 1 3-point field goal that he got early in the third quarter. That's all the scoring he's done in the second half.
Yes, and that's a good defensive job by the Suns because he's got great speed and quickness.
ELLIOTT waiting for that next free throw. Minute 36 seconds left in this one. He buries the next free throw, and it's 105-102. Suns lead is 3 points. They have possession, and it's ELLIOTT Perry. He comes up in the offensive end now for the Suns. Perry goes to Majerle. Majerle left of the key. Down to Barkley. Barkley has ELLIOTT on him. Barkley turns from the baseline. 15-footer is good. And Barkley's excited. 107-102, the Suns. Here's Avery Johnson out on the left side. Three-point range to Person. Now to Del Negro. Majerle went for the steal, not quite. Gives it to ELLIOTT. He's going to drive, shoot it, won't get it. They scramble underneath. We're going to have a foul called as they battle for that ball underneath the San Antonio hoop. And the foul is going to be on AC Green. That'll be his 4th personal with a minute 8 seconds left in the ball game.
ELLIOTT goes hard to that hoop. AC cuts him off real good. The ball bounces around, and that big guy, David Robinson, battling those boards.
So at the free throw line is Robinson. The #1 pick when he was taken by San Antonio out of the Naval Academy. Then they waited for him to put his time in the United States Navy. And I would say he's worth waiting for.
I think any club in the league would have waited.
He gets the first free throw, and he gets the second free throw. 107-104. Suns, full court pressure being applied defensively by San Antonio. Barkley gets it, gives it back to Perry. They'll try and pin Perry down in backcourt. He feeds it ahead to Green. A minute left in the ball game. 15 seconds on the Phoenix shot clock. Manning waits out to Perry. Perry to Marley. Marley with the drive. Marley feeds Perry. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Back to Marley. Shoot a three. No. Long rebound goes out of bounds. It'll belong to San Antonio.
Suns tried to kill too much clock then. I believe they could have got an easier shot if they would have just taken it a little earlier.
45 seconds left in the game. 107-104. Phoenix by 3, and San Antonio with the basketball. Avery Johnson comes to the right side. Keeps that ball going up and down with the dribble. First with the left hand, then with the right. Waits for Robinson to set up. Robinson back to Avery Johnson. He scores! And it's a 1-point Phoenix lead.
Elliott Perry went to double team. It's hard to double team off of the man who passes the ball in. He normally gets a layup.
25 seconds left in the game. 107-106. The Suns by a point. Perry out front. Goes to D. Manning. Manning waits. Now to Barkley. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Barkley against Sean ELLIOTT. 7 seconds. 6 seconds. Barkley baseline. He's fouled. Went up for the shot. Drew the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 2 with 9.8 seconds left in the game.
Now Charles has been tough down the stretch. He's hit some big shots. But with 9.8 and with him struggling at that free throw line, he's going to have to walk up there with a great deal of confidence and bury both of these to keep the Spurs from having a chance.
Sean ELLIOTT picked up the foul, and Barkley waits at the free throw line. We got another one tomorrow night, folks. New Jersey's in town, resting tonight.
Yeah, we'll be ready for it. I really think, Al, no matter what the outcome of this game, this is the best game we've had this year.
Barkley waiting at the line. The crowd is hushed. Barkley, couple of bounces. Here's the free throw. It's good. 108-106 the Suns. 9.8 seconds remaining. And there's a little jawing going on out there. Barkley steps away from the free throw line. Has the ball back in his hands now. Everybody on alert to see whether he makes or misses. Barkley taking his time. Both feet at that free throw strike. He looks, he shoots, he got it. 109-106, Suns, timeout San Antonio. They've got 9.8 seconds to do something about it. And we'll be back right after these messages. 9.8 seconds left. Spurs ball. The Suns lead by 3, and they've got 3-point shooters.
They certainly do. You have Chuck Person, Del Negro, and ELLIOTT. All of them love to shoot it. A little different than last year, Al. I would say you would foul. But now, if you take a chance on fouling, the official might say he's in the act of shooting, and this year he gets 3 free throws.
19,023 fans on their feet. Chuck Person will inbound the ball at midcourt. Ball game on the line right here. Suns and Spurs. It doesn't get any better than this. Person looks. He looks. He bounces it into Avery Johnson out front. Avery Johnson on the right side for ELLIOTT, and they're going to foul ELLIOTT, I do believe. 6.3 seconds. Now that foul is on Barkley, which is his 6th personal foul. He is fouled out of the ball game with 6.3 seconds remaining.
And Charles took the foul before he had a chance to shoot it. I wouldn't trust most officials, but Jake O'Donnell made it very clear. It was before the shot. So he goes to the line to shoot 2. He went back. Sean ELLIOTT went back to his bench, see what his coach wanted to do. Make the first one, miss the second one, and let David Robinson tip it in.
We certainly could see that type of attempt here because Robinson's a head taller than any other player out on the court. So Sean ELLIOTT steps to the free throw line.
And if Marley and AC Green try to keep Robinson off, who's going to keep Sean ELLIOTT from crashing the board?
6.3 seconds left, and ELLIOTT hits the first free throw. So now it's 109-107. And Robinson comes out, says something to Sean ELLIOTT. They are talking over what they want to do if the shot is missed.
Now Bob Hill trying to show Phoenix that make it and then foul immediately.
All right, Elliott at the line. Let's see what he does with his second shot. He goes back, bouncing it 2 or 3, 4 more times. Here's his shot. He's going to make it, and he does. Now, the Suns, let's see who they can inbound it to. Manning looking, waiting, goes to Majerle. Back to Manning. Manning is finally going to be grabbed and fouled with 3.6 seconds remaining. So Manning will have the weight of 2 free throws on his shoulders. He's fouled on the play.
Well, they have no timeouts left. So if Manning hits them, they're going to try their very best to get it down here and get a quick shot. Even if he misses, they're going to try to get quick. Suns have to make sure everybody's covered out.
Robinson picked up the foul, his 5th, which doesn't mean anything right now. 3.6 seconds means they'll have time to get a shot off. There's no question about that. Manning now waiting at the free throw line. The Suns with a 1-point lead. Manning grips the ball. Here's his first free throw. Good. That makes it 110-108. And he'll have another try, and Manning with 31 points in the ball game. What a game he has had. It's now his high as a Phoenix Sun. He had a 30-point game earlier. Right now he's got 31. Manning sets up again at the free throw strike. 3.6 seconds left down the ball game. The next free throw is good. And here comes San Antonio. They have no timeouts left. They trail by 3. Person in backcourt throws up the shot. Doesn't get it. It's over. The Suns win. The Suns win. How about that? Suns 111. San Antonio 108. What a ball game. We'll be right back.
Almost went.
Well, the Suns won it. Quite a ball game, and our Budweiser Phoenix Suns player of the game, well, that goes into D. Manning. What a ball game he had. 32 points, his high as a Sun. Great shooting, 7 rebounds to go along with it. Our Budweiser Phoenix Suns player of the game, and the Suns' victory over San Antonio, D. Manning. Tomorrow night, New Jersey's here. We'll have complete coverage on our radio network. Stay with us now for our post-game show. Suns Report coming up. Scott Garr directs our simulcast. Scott Rogers, our production assistant. Our statistician tonight, Greg Schulte. For Cotton Fitzsimmons, I'm Al McCoy. Final score, Suns 111, San Antonio 108.
When?
Phoenix Suns basketball has been brought to you by America West Airlines, low fares, and the respect you deserve. By Bud Light for a great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down. By the Arizona Lottery, there's a whole lot of winning going on. By Pizza Hut Restaurants. By the people at Nike, who encourage you to participate in the lives of America's youth. By Samaritan Health Plans, managed care for the 90s. By Montgomery Ward, we won't be beat, guaranteed. By Bank of America, banking on America. And by your Arizona Dodge dealers. Proud to be the exclusive domestic automotive sponsor of your Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns basketball is a presentation of the Phoenix Suns and KUTP-TV 45. Suns Report is brought to you by KUTP-TV 45.
Al McCoy back with you at America West Arena. And Suns win it 111-108 over San Antonio. And sliding in alongside right now is Sir Charles. And Charles, midway through the first quarter, you came into your first regular season game of the year, and 19,023 people got up on their feet to give you a welcome back. Welcome back.
I tell you what, I'm very lucky and fortunate that I'm in a city that we have very good fans, and they show up every game. And sometimes when you're struggling, like I was struggling with my shot in the second half. I was rushing, I was pressing instead of letting the game come to me. And when I got down and the team got down, when they got going in the middle of the fourth quarter, that really picked us up.
Well, the things turned around in the fourth quarter. You had fallen behind 85-77 going into that fourth period, but your shot did start to go. You got to the free throw line successfully. Dan started to hit some big three-pointers, and you were back in top.
Well, I think what helped me out was Dan made a big three to get it to 7. Then he scored the three-point going to the basket. They got it down to 4, and they got everybody back in the game. Danny Manning was terrific tonight. But I tell you, it was a very frustrating game for me in the third quarter because I think sometimes when you're struggling, you try too hard. And I was terrible in the third quarter, but the guys were very supportive. Danny Ainge and Dan Manning were very, very good to me. They say, hey, listen, just keep shooting it because it's going to fall sooner or later. But the key to the game tonight was, I thought, was Danny Manning played terrific, and Dan Majerle was really, he was very influential, and we made the spurt in the fourth quarter.
Well, D. Manning had his high as a Phoenix Sun with 32 big points, and we don't want to forget Elliott Perry. He had 16 assists in the ball game tonight.
Well, I think Elliott is in a very in a groove right now. He has played terrific. He deserved to get Player of the Week. And obviously, without Kevin, he's our #1 point guard. We obviously need Kevin back to be as good as we can be. But Elliott has done us a great job so far, and we feel like we're in good hands with him.
We know how tough it was to set out those first 10 games, Charles. You wanted to come back every game. You were practically having to be handcuffed to stay off the court. How did it feel when you came out there tonight? And how did it feel good to be here?
I think you're really nervous and you're really hyper. I was struggling with my condition. I'm 12 pounds overweight right now, and I've got to lose 12 pounds while we're going on the road for 2 weeks. So my goal is to lose about 5 pounds each week we're on the road and gradually work it down. I don't want to lose more than 5 pounds a week because that zaps your strength. But I got to lose 12 pounds, and then they gave me this special girdle type thing to play in, and it weighed me down even more. But the main thing now, I just want to drop the 12 pounds that I'm overweight and get my conditioning back while we're on the East Coast. And hopefully when we come back, Kevin will be healthy. And, you know, we need our entire team healthy to reach our potential and be able to beat the Houston Rockets and the Seattle Supersonics and the Knicks. So right now it's been a struggle, but we have good enough personnel we can keep everything together.
I know one thing, Charles. The people in this building showed their affection tonight. The people looking and listening. It was great to have Charles Barkley back in the Suns uniform here tonight.
I think that, you know, sometimes when you say things about fans, it's really not true. But the things I've said since I have been in Phoenix, I've never been in a situation where fans have been so supportive. And it is, you know, everybody always asks me about winning the world championship. Realistically, the world championship is not a goal of mine personally, but I think that for the fans of Phoenix and the people who have supported me in Philadelphia, I think those people deserve a world championship, and it would be great for them to have it.
Charles, thanks a lot for coming out. See you tomorrow night. Charles Barkley, the Suns win. We'll be back with Cotton right after these messages.